Salcido,
Bruh.
bro,
Bruh.
what's happening?
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Hey,
gotcha.
is my soundboard working?
Yeah. Oh, that's
Okay.
fuck. You're a soundbar in that?
Yeah.
Bruh.
Dude, I want one of those for my Zoom.
Yeah. I'm doing it right now.
What would I get for it? I would get the wah 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 sound.
Yeah.
I would definitely get "Don't Tase Me, Bro." That was my favorite of all time. That
Hey,
was a meme. Like that was so long ago now. You were probably a kid when that happened. Don't tase me, bro. How'd you like the Python?
I liked it. So what lab did you get done?
Huh?
Because my computer started like acting up, so I had to get off earlier. So what
Yeah.
time did what
Yeah.
lab did you guys get to?
I've I don't know. We're just gonna get a little bite size of this thing, but whatever.
No, I'm just saying like what lab did you guys get to though?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't understand you were asking me a question. Um, we got through just 1.3, which is just basically getting an account with whatever the fuck we were using. What were we using? What were we using, Charlie? Come on, wake up. Um, PyCharm.
Mm.
It was basically, it's just get Python. Hey, what's going on?
Hello,
What's up?
hello.
What's up, Corey?
Hey, good. Yeah, it took me a little bit to get in. I had to create a Zoom account.
I don't understand how to manage a room really still, even though we've done this about 100 times. So that's my fault, most likely.
Yeah, it might be in the Zoom settings, like I
Yeah,
don't know.
there's something
I'm
that's
in.
like I don't understand the way it works. It's like you can either it sounds like Security Plus. It's like give people a token or I don't know. Excuse me one second.
Don't
Um,
worry.
we'll get into this one. We get one more person in here. Well, hell, we can just go ahead now. Yeah, we've been um, trying to, of late, diversify our question pool, but we've been going to this website called, come on, second monitor, pastcomptia.com, which I'll pull up here. Let me see. What am I doing here? Past.
Pass CompTia. I see it.
Yeah. So unless
Uh,
I somehow paid for a subscription and don't know it, it's free.
you know what? I might have. It wasn't Wiley. Maybe Pearson. Hang on. Um, Here we go. Registration. Okay, so it's Wiley Cybex test prep or something. I
Yeah.
might have questions that I could do that
Yeah.
because here, let me. I can even show you right off the bat.
Yeah. Let me enable sharing here. I don't have that enabled yet. I know I have to. It's one thing I know I've got to do.
Okay.
Advanced sharing options. All participants. All participants. Hey, William.
Ha ha ha.
There we go. So
uh, Hold that thought. Hello, William. I'm Corey. First time here. I do want to tell you the plant life behind your head made it seem like you had a mohawk or
It does kind of look like that.
you had a hairstyle that would
I'm like,
stop women dead in their tracks, basically.
you'd be in Parliament Funkadelic if you had that haircut.
Yeah.
How did you put the car up there?
What car up where?
I'm talking about David.
Oh, David's got the soundboard going, which is making me laugh.
Uh,
We've
Hey
been missing.
Charlie,
Yeah.
you see my note in Slack?
No, let me check it.
Yeah, it said I had to put in a password and all this other
That's what
kind of stuff.
Corey. That's what Corey was just telling me, and I don't know. I'm sorry about that. I don't know how to do Slack. I've got or Zoom. I'm. Why is that?
Well,
Where is that damn
uh,
message?
well, Charlie, do
Sure.
you have Android or
No,
uh,
no, and I don't sign in with my device either. I always just use the PC. What do you call it? The PC
well, here's why.
client.
If you could do if you could do a video call with me, I know Zoom back and forth, so it could. What you have to do is you have to edit the settings of the meeting, but you can only do it when the meeting's closed.
I've seen that.
So
I've
just
seen that section. Okay. Well, maybe we'll do
yeah,
that after.
yeah,
I
and
just
Let me. We're
I
comparing.
just click on the link. I just click on the link and come
Well,
here.
these. I didn't know you could even have Zoom without having a Zoom account.
Yeah, but I think you're limited to just an hour if you don't have an account, right?
Well, the only reason I have an account is because I had an account before I started paying for this. The only reason I host these things is because I pay for the extra Zoom, and I'm that kind of guy.
So
But
how much are
Corey,
you?
what was your test bank website? Was it Pearson View?
I'm pulling it up right now, and I think it's efficientlearning.com.
Mm-hmm.
But what it is it's yeah, I found it right now. Here we go, baby. So I'm going to go to Amazon first, and I'll show you which book I bought. So I bought this book,
Yep.
Mike Chappell.
Yep.
Okay, and it's for
Yep.
the 601, right? And
Yep.
because I have that, I have this,
You have access to the test bank.
right? The
Well,
test bank and the study guide.
well, hell, if you want to burn some of your test questions, we can by all means do that. The whole reason we use this past CompTia is because it's just the user interface and the fact that they're just unlimited free questions. But
Good.
if you want to burn your questions, we can by all means.
Well, I don't think in terms of burning, I get to do it as many times as I want.
Yeah, but it'll lose don't you feel that it'll lose the impact eventually though?
Well, I'm so early in the process,
Yeah,
nothing's going to
that's
count anyway. I mean, really,
yeah.
and to let everybody know, I just met Charlie I don't even remember where last week. In the,
Level up.
well, yeah, in Kaiser, I met you too, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So anyway, I'm really just starting, and my exam, I'm not taking it for 7 weeks.
Yeah. Well, we have got. I think William's almost probably on that timetable. We're all on different timetables. We all realize that.
Okay, well, what chapter we want it? You know what? How about social engineering? That seems.
Let's do it.
Oh, okay. So wait, I
Yeah.
uncheck everything.
Yeah.
Now I check that, and
And then maybe
studying and random.
something at the bottom, maybe. There you go. Take the quiz.
Number of questions 20. Build from all 20. There we go.
Look at that. Wow, this is great. I don't have to click my page. All right. So what we usually do, Corey, is we take turns reading them. So I'll start with the first one. Alan reads Susan's password from across the room as she logs in. What type of technique has he used, William? You know it.
Uh, Shoulder surfing.
Attaboy.
Yep.
Attaboy.
You answered
Attaboy.
correctly.
Oh,
Oh.
I like the
Oh.
instant feedback.
Yeah.
Oh, that's neat.
Well, we get that with ours too. I mean, let's not poo-poo on past CompTia. They've gotten us a long way. We've done about 7,000 of those things. I'll do one more. Sela infects the ads on a website that users from her target company frequently visit with malware as part of her penetration test. Nasty little Sela. What technique has she used? Remember this one, guys? You drop all the nasty
Yeah.
stuff into the common area of the
Hey.
Water hole.
yeah.
And the idea watering hole is a place where people congregate to get something,
Yeah.
and that's why they call it that. Okay.
Have you come across this attack yet, Corey? This is a funny one. This is where they literally they're looking for industry websites or Facebook groups or places where everybody that they're looking for is congregating. And then they're looking to attack them.
Okay, typo squatting, that is like Gpale instead of Gmail, right?
That's right.
Okay, and what are the other two?
Anybody want to take them?
Well, it tells us right down below. Whaling is targeted phishing attack against senior or important staff.
Yeah.
And typo squatting is registered similar URLs that are likely to be
okay.
inadvertently.
Yeah, you had it right though. Your example on typo squatting was correct.
Yeah.
Phishing
Okay.
is over the phone, and whale. We got to remember on whaling and spearfishing and fishing.
Uh-huh.
I've been getting a lot of these wrong because I confuse like what level they are. Like phishing, I guess, is just when you're spraying malicious emails all over the place. Spear phishing is like you're targeting the same company, and only when I don't know if we've seen questions where like it's just executives. It's like this. It's usually the CEO, right, guys? When we see whaling.
Yep.
Well, it says senior or important
Senior,
staff.
Yeah, it's really ambiguous in like a lot of these
like
descriptions I've seen.
like president or like CEO or people like those.
Yeah, I guess it's up to us each time to determine what a important person is.
Yeah.
All right,
Next,
who's up?
Joanna recovers a password with password file with password stored as MD5 hashes. What tool can she use to crack the passwords? I have no idea.
Okay. Well, these are Linux tools, or Kali Linux particularly. I don't know about really well, not all of them. I mean, Netcat's really just a Linux tool. That's like a networking tool. I mean, the answer is B, John the
Mhm.
Ripper. That's your password cracking tool.
Yep.
MD5 some might be a tool, but it also just
No,
describes
that's
the hash.
MD5. Some is just a
Yeah.
hashing tool. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll see, I think the most common password cracking tools that you'll see, I haven't seen this one on the test, but Hydra is the second one you'll see a lot. But John the Ripper's everywhere.
I never even heard of it.
Yeah, well, it's just I've been deep diving into Kali Linux for a while now.
Okay.
I don't know what GPG is.
That's
Well,
also Linux thing.
obviously it's an encryption tool.
Oh, I'm sorry. Look at that. It was right there. Corey, you could host these meetings. You're great. Look at
Mhm.
that. What do we got?
You want to hear it better? My previous job, I was a corporate trainer
Oh,
and
yeah.
technical presenter. So,
I used to
like
date
doing
a corporate
this,
trainer. You people are incredible.
yeah, well,
I don't
we
know.
people are burned out.
Yeah, I hear you on that. I don't know how y'all do it. This girl I dated used to travel around to just faceless masses of groups. What do we got? Who's on it? Kaiser, you got this one?
I got
Ooh, same one.
Nicole accidentally types www.smazon.com into her browser.
Which is a great
And
website, by the
this,
way.
yeah, and discovered isn't
Schmazon, baby.
Smazon that
Amazon.
she's directed to a different site loaded with ads. Okay.
Or would it be Smazon? That's your typical typo squatting, if I'm not mistaken, right, fellas and ladies? No, we don't
Yep.
have any ladies tonight.
Yeah.
We're getting snubbed by the ladies one day after International Ladies Day, and I even mentioned it.
Skimming attacks are often associated with what? Next step by hackers.
Whew.
Hmm. skimming attacks are often. This is something new.
Mm-hmm.
Skimming, you just okay, cloning.
What are our four
Windows,
answers again?
Well, is skimming
Windows
like
dumpster diving.
ATM using a skimmer machine?
Yes.
That's my take of it in this context. There's also shimming, which is like when you slide information into like these very little tight spaces on a hard drive, I think, as an attacker. But I think this is what you said the first time, Corey.
So, okay,
So
are often associated. So, what they're saying is, what is the next step that an attacker would take after doing a skimming attack?
hang on, let's see here. We've got
So, I would go with D because it can't
yeah.
be A, B, or C at all.
No, it's definitely D. It's cloning. What you're doing is you're grabbing credit card numbers and then you're copying them onto your.
There we go. Yep.
That's what it is. I was just I don't know if you listen to the Darknet Diaries podcast, but I've been listening to it for years, and the latest 3 episodes have been right out of Security Plus,
Cool.
and one was about that.
Yeah, there's a huge problem right now with that.
Yeah, right. So,
The PPP.
Hybrid warfare.
well, it's crazy. They advertise on these darknet websites these crazy huge numbers of people's accounts that you can acquire. Wow. What type of malicious actor is most likely to use hybrid warfare? Let's logically work through this one here. I mean, we're looking for a high-level actor, right?
Hmm. And they do hybrid things,
What are hybrid things? What are
like
hybrid things?
different methods,
Yeah,
techniques.
yeah. I think that's what we
So
need to.
that's
That's all we need to extrapolate from hybrid in
yeah,
this context.
and with unlimited resources, persistent.
This is good because I have
Fake
not.
news, diplomacy, and foreign
Mhm.
electoral intervention.
Don't kid yourself.
Yes,
The tools of any active nation state. Absolutely.
Answer.
All right,
So
we're
why
hot.
wouldn't it be hacktivist?
Well, I don't think a hacktivist has enough resources, Dave. I mean, let's go back to 6 real
oh,
quick. Let's see how they describe it. All right, your keywords on that. Um, are you with me on a hybrid warfare on that, Salcido?
Yeah.
So I mean, all we did was extrapolate that must mean some kind of high level action.
Okay.
That's all. That's the only thing that led us to nation state on that. Hacktivist is more like me, like wanting to hack the Proud Boys, which I do. Um, that's more like a hacktivist.
What is a script kiddie?
Well, that's
The S
also
kid.
yeah. That's somebody that's basically grabbing. That's got a basic understanding of how computers work, and they're grabbing other people's malicious code and just throwing it at things.
Yeah, they make like a lot of scripts on Python, and they make you like racks and like different snippers.
Most
Like
people use it for kicking me off my Xbox
yeah,
when
to like DDoS attacks.
when I'm beating them in FIFA, which I don't do anymore because I don't play video games because I'm 41.
So they're goobers. Hot dog.
Yeah, it's just that script kiddie is just a total amateur
Yeah.
who's
Okay.
working with expert tools only because they're there to be worked with.
Got it.
When you combine phishing with voice over IP, it is known as
Yep, put them together.
phishing.
Yep,
spooning. What spooning?
spooning. I don't think that's a thing.
I know.
I mean, except
Never
with me
heard.
and me and a Labrador. Spooning is not a technical
Not
thing. Spooning. See, I always thought the job of the test writer would be fun, but maybe it's just the small joys of putting spooning in there. Ooh, this is fun. What technique is most commonly associated with the use of malicious flash drives by penetration testers? Mailing them to targets, sneaking them into offices and leaving them in desk drawers, distributing them in parking lots as though they were dropped, or
I think
packaging
it's
them to look like
C.
delivery.
I think it's C.
This is a really weird
Or
question. I gotta
D.
be honest.
Honestly, all of them. But
Uh,
I totally
I
agree with you,
think the
David.
look like
These all seem
delivery and
valid.
trucking.
Don't these all
Okay,
seem?
most commonly associated. So what is the best answer?
That's
Right?
absolutely the thought process. Yep. I would say B is the best answer, probably. Although I've heard a lot of C.
I would
I
say B.
You on B or you said B? What?
I'm
Because
going
how would
with
they get in? How would they get into the office?
Yeah.
right.
Well, they're penetration testers. That's what we're given, right? Penetration. Are we assuming that they've got access to their own office and that they're just dropping by
Okay,
their? I mean, that's
Charlie.
pretty rude, just to walk by your
Okay,
customer and
here's the key. Here's the keyword dropped in the C
dropped.
question. Yeah, you drop like drop malicious USB in a parking lot, like like people will be walking through and somebody will pick it up, and out of curiosity or like thinking like, oh, this is like free USB or something, and they will just go in the office and plug it in.
Yeah,
I
I
I
would
think
do
I,
that.
I think you're onto something.
I would do
Look
that.
at those
Yeah.
last 5 words in C.
I'll
As
go with C.
though, as though they were dropped. So that shows your
Hmm.
malicious intent. I like C. All right,
Hmm.
let's go for it. Boom. Nancy.
All right, Nancy. Hello.
Nancy, how you doing, Nancy?
There she is.
Doo-doo-doo-doo.
Nancy, just to catch you up, we've got Corey with us from the Level Up sessions. Corey, where do you go to school again?
UCF,
UCF, that's
Orlando,
right.
Florida. I live in suburban Orlando.
Yep. So we see Corey and Sarah, who's joined us before in those Level Up sessions. So we're running through some questions. Corey
Yeah, on
has,
Sunday.
yeah, Corey's offered up some questions from app.efficientlearning.com. So we're doing some of those. And so far, we are unstoppable. We're 8 for 8.
That's
We are 8
exciting.
for 8.
The other thing I would be excited about too is
What do you
that
got?
maybe AU between our professors in the level up, they would use different
Oh,
docs.
I think diversifying, bruh. Diversifying our questions, and it's all about the timing and not and the the restraint on that, Dave. You know, like you can't overdo it.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, David's David's got the soundboard up, so in case you hear some weird sounds, bruh. All right. Naomi receives
Naomi,
a report of smishing. Smishing.
What the hell?
What type of attack should she be looking for? Oh, I know this one. I think this is.
I am not sure.
Well, let's think about it. We've got phishing, email. We've got vishing, phone. What the hell could smishing be? What is another word for a text message? At SMS.
message.
Yeah.
Smishing.
Ah.
Oh,
Yes.
Charlie,
My
you
people.
got it. Let's practice.
My
See, said
people.
the blind man.
Smishing.
Wow.
You know why I
That's the
think
one.
you know why I think that is? I think that started being a thing back when they were called SMS messages.
Yep.
Let me hit you up on SMS, bro.
Wow.
Smishing. That was fun. Who wants the long
Alex
one?
discovers that the
Okay.
network routers that his org has recently ordered are running a modified firmware version that does not match the hash provided by the manufacturer when he compares them. What type of attack should Alex categorize this attack as?
Mmm. Mmm.
Hmm.
Well, it surely ain't a hoax.
Well, hold on now. Hold their horses now. I've gotten
He's
stumbled by this hoax thing before. The hoax is a real thing, and it might be this. Let's think about what's going on here. It's got somebody messed with the damn firmware, and that made it fail the hash test. Wow, we're doing.
Well, I mean, that's what we're thinking, right? I mean, it could be the
Yeah,
older
hey.
firmware had a different hash, right?
Yeah. Hey, Chris, welcome.
Hey, thank you.
Um, say that again, Nancy.
So what I'm wondering, right, I mean, he said he has it has a different firmware version that has a different hash than the current, right, that the manufacturer's providing. So I'm just like, it could be that it's older firmware and he hasn't updated it yet, but
I like where your head's at, but look at our choices. We're only given attacks for the most. Are these all attacks?
oh, I think it's a supply chain attack. But
Yes, ma'am.
I am with you. I'm
what
with
I'm
you,
saying is,
Nancy.
it could be, and I haven't ever asked, right? I should ask my own company this, right? But it's like, hey, when we do firmware, does it always keep the same hash regardless of version?
Interesting. Does it?
I don't know.
No,
No,
no.
I don't think.
I would say no. I would say
Yeah.
by definition it couldn't, right?
Okay, let's see what's first one.
Influence
Influence
can.
campaign.
I wouldn't think. I wouldn't raise that to level of open quote attack close quote.
We're getting filled up.
What do you mean? Hey, Safiatu.
This
I pay
professor is here.
Oh man.
the professor Safiatu.
We missed you, Safiatu.
Corey, this girl knows everything. Um.
Let's see what she says.
All right. So. All
I'm going
right.
with
So.
C.
Let's go with C and find out if it's right. Bingo.
Yay!
Good
Okay,
breakdown,
let's see
Kaiser.
the explanation.
See that? See that last part of that? It was just like hoaxes are intentional deceptions,
Deception.
and I only bring it up just to mention that it is a thing.
Mhm.
You will see questions that have like a legitimate. That's a hoax.
And farming is like you are sending them to like different sites.
Yeah, fake website.
I'm so
Yeah,
confused
fake
with
one.
all these different. Saviatu, you get your mic?
Huh?
Hi.
Hi. How you doing?
Good to have you back. We're here with Corey, our new friend from Jesus. Is it FCU or FSU? FSU. I knew that.
No,
USF.
bad
USF.
Charlie.
USF.
UCF.
UCF. I get it.
UCF.
My niece went.
Central Florida.
My niece went to USF, so it gets me confused. We met Corey at Level Up on Sunday, and he's offered up some questions for us, Safiatu, and the new people. So we're just doing these, Chris. Instead of our usual past CompTia.com questions, we're mixing it up. So
Oh,
so
wow,
far
that's good.
so far we're pretty hot on these.
Okay, I'm going with invoice scam here.
Okay, hold on. Sharif receives a bill for services that he does not believe his company requested or had performed.
Bruh.
What type of social
Bruh.
technique is
Okay,
this?
I'll be right back, guys.
Is that
Wow,
bad?
you were on invoice scam. Wow, you got that good, Corey. Nice.
Well, I read it like 2 minutes ago.
Well, I was gonna say either that or you're in accounting, like Scott would have got that one. Bruh. Um, I'll read this one. This is long. A caller reached a member of the IT support a member of the IT support person. Okay. A caller reached a member of the IT support team at Carlos's company and told them that the chairman of the company's board was traveling and needed immediate access to his account, but had been somehow locked out. They told the IT support person that if the board member did not have their account reset, the company could lose a major deal. If Carlos receives a report about this, which of the principles of social engineering should he categorize the attacker's efforts under? So which category of which type of social engineering did the attacker use here?
Urgency.
Urgency.
And what are our keywords again? If the board member does not have their password reset, the company could lose a major deal, right?
Immediately. Immediate.
Yeah, that's it. Good.
I don't want to jinx it, Safiatu, but we are 12 for 12 at this point.
You know, if we get one wrong, it's going to be because we disagree. Oh, here we
And
go
then
then.
suspects that her organization may be targeted by a spam
Spim.
attack. What technology is she concerned about?
Hey,
Hey,
Spam
I'm
over
going with B.
internet,
hey is for horses. What do
social
you say?
persuasion, intimidation by
I've never even
managers,
heard of spam.
social persuasion by internet media,
Okay,
spam
well,
over
B is
internal
definitely wrong.
media.
I'll tell you guys, I happen to know this one as well. It's A.
So, well, I'm going either A or C because if you compare A and D, A would have to be right.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, because whoever got a spam from internal media, you know.
Yeah, right.
So D is out. B is, I think, is absolutely out. So now we either got A or C.
Well, you remember my comment about that other weird thing we
Well,
had earlier that it was like it was dated. It was like back to the days when people. Well, this was back to the days when people used instant messengers a lot. There used to be a
Yeah.
special category of spam going on.
That was phishing, right?
I think it's spam. Kaiser,
I
I think
think
that.
I'm going with A
Spam. Yeah, okay, let's lock in.
said, hey,
because a spam attack isn't by social persuasion.
I like how we're
No,
locking in. We're locking in on A.
Yeah.
spam over internet messaging or whatever.
got one right. Pick correct.
We're learning some new
Look.
terms.
Yeah, this is good. I mean, we haven't seen spam in a while, a long
All
while.
the answers are made
The
up.
others were made up, so.
Wow. Which is the following best description of tailgating?
Hmm. How you drive, right, William?
Eh,
No.
A.
A.
Hey,
Yeah,
final
you have to
answer.
read through the others to make sure they're not better, but they're not even close. So that's A.
Yeah.
Does everybody remember what they call the man trap now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Access. Y'all got it?
No,
Any
refresher.
jewelry store has a man trap.
It's called it. It's on the test. We'll see it as access control vestibule.
Shoot.
I don't know if I will remember that.
I'm telling you, you need to, because it won't be man trap on our test. I don't. I'll probably be wrong about that. Like I'm wrong about some of these
But
answers.
maybe when I see, I will remember. Or elimination, process
Yeah,
of elimination.
you'll see
We'll get there.
vestibule, and you'll remember my smiling face.
Okay. When a caller was recently directed to Amanda, who is junior IT employee at her company. The caller informed her that they were the head of IT for her organization and that she needed immediately disable the organization's firewall due to an ongoing issue with their e-commerce website. Huh. After Amanda made the changes, she discovered that the caller was not the head of IT,
She's.
that it was actually penetration tester
Yep.
hired by her company.
And that she has now been fired.
Which social engineers?
Principal best matches.
Well, I'm going to
Principals.
say
Best
fired, but
matches.
reprimanded.
Reprimanded. Excuse me. Reprimanded's better. What did she use here?
Trust
Well,
or authority.
we've got some competing ideas here. We got
I know.
authority.
Well, it was either
A.
authority or trust, and I went with authority.
Okay, so let's go back.
I see a keyword up here. On the first line, the
They were the
second to last word.
head of IT.
No, look at that. Well, yeah, that's
Head of
part of
IT.
it. Head of IT, and that she needed open quote close quote. When she needed to,
Immediately.
when I'm being told I need to do something, that's an authority thing. Yeah, and I don't like authority. Either does Salcedo. I can tell.
Yeah, I don't like authority.
I bet not. And remember, guys,
So,
these are all the same because we're doing
hey,
a category.
did it give an explanation?
Let's go
Oh,
back and check.
here.
Missed it.
I'm a fast
Authority.
reader.
Well,
She
'cause
also used.
the
Yeah.
other one that I found online said authority is the power to enforce rules or give orders, while
Mhm.
trust is confidence in or reliance of some person or quality, right? So that's where I'm like, I like that one, right? This is,
Yeah, I mean, I think if it was trust, you'd see something like, "Hey, it's me. You know me. We were hanging out together at the company
The company
what do you-
picnic.
right.
picnic." Yeah, yeah, something like that. Like
Okay, thank you.
that's just my thoughts, Nance. Those are not gospel.
Well, we're all making this up as we go along,
Yeah,
trying
no
to base it
shit.
on, and I
No,
believe they are too.
no shit. I think
You know
everybody
how
is.
many times we had professors who had no idea and they would say one thing and then it was like the answer said it was something else, right? So,
Totally. Do you guys have this, Corey? You guys have some loosey goosey professors?
Well,
You
we've
guys.
only had, for the intro class, we had one guy. And then ever since, so we're in class number 6, and we've only had 2 guys.
Really? Hey, Aiden.
And,
Welcome.
and the guy we have is awesome. His name is Mark McKinley.
Yeah.
And he is crazy. He's entertaining, and he knows how to teach. He actually is. He was in the CIA or something. He says I've had a lot of jobs that don't show up on my resume.
Yeah, that's scary. That's scary indeed.
Okay,
Yeah, our
what would be-
I'm
professor.
gonna have to start claiming that, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's right. Those
Those
aren't
are
holes
gaps
in
that
it.
for reasons of national security, I cannot talk
Yeah,
about.
that's exactly what I'm going to use too.
do you know about the Oldsmar, Florida water treatment plant?
Yeah, we
cyber
know
attack?
we know a little bit about it.
Well, he talked about it, and he actually, here I can actually let me see if I can pull it up. Hang on.
Look at you.
I know,
Okay.
very well organized with his OneNote.
Nancy,
Oh, I love
you
OneNote, baby.
you
Okay.
guys should get together.
So these were his notes, right? Friday, classification general, and this because he works for a federal task force
Oh wow, look at
that
that.
is, the electric utilities are at a significantly higher level of security than water treatment plants.
Uh-huh.
And that they're working to get water treatment plants at the same level.
Uh-huh.
Right. So he's somewhere with, I don't know, about Pentagon or something in Washington. So anyway.
Well,
and he talked about-
right up our alley this is. Look at that. SCADA was not hardened.
Well, yeah, here.
I was just a little bit below that, or maybe no, right there, maybe a little bit below that, but just below general conclusions, right
Okay.
at the bottom of that bottom one there. SCADA was not hardened. Unnecessary servers were enabled. That's right up our alley.
Yep.
Windows. We knew it was Windows 7, right?
Well, and that's the other, just FYI, so FirstNet is out there, right, which is that specialized network, right, for emergencies and whatnot, right, but it's to be dedicated to the police, fire, kind of ENS services.
Mm-hmm.
Utilities and education are in the considered, right, sort of the second tier of first responders.
Yeah.
Oh,
I have a
Charlie,
feel. I have a feeling we're going to start taking our utilities a lot more seriously. I can't believe we don't already.
Yeah.
Charlie.
Well, look here.
Yeah.
They were using a shared administrator account.
Look at
Everybody used the same
Look at
password.
that. That's nuts. What's
Right?
up? What's up, Safiatu?
Where do you
Is
get
there any?
the questions from?
Corey can speak to that.
Corey, where did you get these questions from?
These questions here are from, so I bought this book.
Oh, okay.
And with this book, I get 1 year of online as well. So this, if you see in the corner, it says Cybex, but it's also a Wiley company, W-I-L-E-Y. And this, efficientlearning.com, is their
Web portal, yeah.
look. Can you guys see Sarah down here?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
shit,
Sarah.
I forgot. I am joining now.
That's all right. We're glad to have her.
That was funny. So anyway, that's where it came from, Safiatu.
that's good.
Since
what-
you guys had never done this before, I just said, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. And what were you saying before, Kaiser? You were saying something before.
Oh, back to that, but the thing he was showing
Yeah, the
is,
attack.
I they didn't leave anything out there like which was not vulnerable. Like everything was vulnerable. Like old system, the Windows 7, which was not patched properly. I mean, that's not even in use now. They're not properly modified, or their ports are open. Their system was open. The same logons and every
And they were
single
using
thing, like which
password 123.
What?
every
Really?
single thing like we thought is in there. Like, don't do this one, and they were doing it. So,
So the question becomes, do you think that was an open quote easy hack, close quote? It seems like it. Hey Sarah,
Hey,
welcome.
yep.
Guys,
Hello.
guys, for everybody who doesn't know, Sarah and Corey are joining us from S FSU,
UCF.
UCF. I just did it
UCF.
again. I just did it again. God damn. From and we've done questions with them from level up sessions, but we're just we're doing some questions from Corey, just to diversify our questions up. And go ahead, continue.
Okay.
Charlie, and when are you taking this?
I don't know, end of the month here.
Oh, you have an appointment already?
No,
This week?
I thought that my appointment was tied to a certain date in February, so I pulled the plug on it,
Mhm.
and I still have my voucher.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna apply the voucher to a future date. I'm gonna choose here pretty soon, but Kaiser has selected April 1st, and I think that's as good a date as any.
Oh, wow, guys.
April Fools.
There is that, but then again, I don't believe in any of that, so I don't think I can let that apply to me.
Oh.
Are you worried? You think it's a bad idea, Nancy? April Fools? I
No,
hope not.
for me, it's just it's a Thursday. I know for me, when I schedule the test, I'm going to take right that day
The
and the day
day off.
before off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's different. All right, let's
Because
keep.
like, for example, tonight, the whole reason I was late, I literally, all I did was hang up my phone from work and then move to my personal laptop.
Sure.
Right? So I'm like, I'm still wearing, right, cradle wear.
Your cradle wearing. Do you have?
Cradle wear?
You know what you should call your friends? Cradle buddies.
Cradle pointers?
Oh, is that what you guys call each other? Okay.
Bruh.
Bruh.
Bruh. Right.
Who's got this one? Oh, Corey just went
Oh,
ahead and did it.
I didn't even get to read it yet. Okay. I'm happy it's fishing.
What do we got? Uh,
There's a hybrid data center. Luca's organization runs a hybrid data center with systems in Microsoft's Azure cloud and in a local facility. Which of the following attacks is one that he can establish controls for in both locations?
whoa. You just came up with phishing? I don't know if I would have even come up with that.
Well, I think if you go through the other choices, you would eliminate those.
The thing is, because it says in both facilities.
That's our
So the
keywords.
thing is, all the other stuff would just happen in
Ah,
one
look at
facility
that.
at one time.
Good point, Sarah. Well done. Well explained. Everybody get that? I'm probably Captain Obvious who didn't get that, but
Well, I think we said it in a different way, right? Because I was like, well, if you go through the answers, right, the other
yeah,
ones
you were
you'll
on
be
to it,
able to
Nancy.
do.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
now,
had it.
Sarah, we have gotten 19 out of 19.
Oh, that's great.
So the pressure's on. Charles wants to find out about security procedures inside his target company, but he doesn't want the people he's talking to realize that he's gathering info about the organization. He engages staff members in casual conversation to get them to talk about their security procedures without noticing that they have done so. What term describes this process?
This is good. We have not seen this question put this way. Let's look at the words. Has everybody seen these words? Elicitation? No, we haven't either. But I'm an English major, so I've got an advantage on this one. Have you ever heard to elicit information from someone?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about with a elicitation is to probably draw information out. Look at our other answers here. Prepending. Corey! Corey! Typo! Fat
I
fingers!
don't think it counts though, right? Because I don't think he meant to push that one.
I don't
hit
think
my
it
head on the
doesn't.
floor.
It doesn't count. We're going with A.
Yeah, we all recall an elicitation.
Sorry.
We
You know
had
that
19 out of 19.
that was
I was going to
classic
get it right, but I clicked the wrong button.
classic fat fingers from Corey. Give it to
Hey.
us. There it is. It just doesn't feel right with that red answer down there. All right, so let's check out another subject matter. That was cool.
You'll be taken to a screen to review your answers. Yeah, this part I get.
Oh, so we've got a review. Okay.
This is good. I like this program too. Very
Yeah.
good.
Oh yeah, they
Okay. Yeah.
Very good.
retake. Oh.
Safiatu, what we're doing? What? How does that compare to a security plus term? I'm making this up as I go along. There's a security plus term that like refers to what we're doing. Vendor diversity. Anybody? Vendor diversity.
Yep.
So who's up? Somebody choose one.
Okay, hold on.
I don't-
Wireless mobile cryptography, PKI, our hated subject, our
He wants to go
most
after the
hated
big
subject.
dog.
That one?
Yeah,
This is
All
the one
right.
that this is the one that kills us.
yeah.
Unless anybody does better. I don't know if speak up if you'd like these
Wait a
ones.
minute.
I didn't.
We
It
did
didn't.
this.
It didn't take. Something didn't take.
Yeah, well, let me try it again. Maybe it is. I don't know.
This is how we find out.
Well, this is shoulder surfing. Next. Here we go.
Okay, that's different. Who's got this one?
Bit
Aiden?
cipher.
Gonna get B, but it's a wild guess.
I don't know.
I don't know if it's a
It's
wild
only
guess.
one
Sarah.
character. It's one
What?
character of text at a time. I think it's bit.
I think it's an A, right? No?
Well, we've got two ciphers
It's
we've
not
got
block.
we need to know, and they're A and C. Those are the two types of ciphers. Now, one at a time by logic would be bit, right? But instead, I do think it is
Mhm.
stream. I think that's the definition of what stream does. I am probably gonna jinx us and get this wrong if everybody goes with me on this, but my knowledge is like string kind of does what you'd think bit would do.
Okay. One character of text, how many bits will it take? I don't think it will take one bit, right?
A bit. Well,
All
It
right,
takes
so
more than one.
there's
I
another
think
way to
it's
look
bit.
at this. And all my time, I've never seen bit cipher. I've seen stream and I've seen block. Has anybody seen bit?
I think I heard that. I mean, I read that one.
I actually haven't seen these at all, so that's why I'm kind of going
Okay.
on a educated guess. I haven't gotten to this part yet. And I
Yeah.
don't think we haven't learned it yet in our classes because we're on network security.
Okay.
I'm sorry. We could have chosen something else, but oh
No,
well.
Okay,
no, it's
Charlie.
okay because we
Charlie.
need to learn this too.
Talk to me, Kaiser. What do you got?
Here's another thing. The last part of the question, at a time. It's not like a continuous stream. I believe that's like continuous thing. So that's what meaning me to
Okay.
like B.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. Like it sounds like I think we're gonna have to take a shot here. I mean, maybe we'll have to take a vote on this one, but for me, what stream means is what bit sounds like it means. Like its stream is actually one at a time, I believe. I don't think bit is a thing. I
Okay.
think, I mean, don't. I'm not trying to
Anyone?
outweigh
Anyone
him.
else? Safiatu. Safiatu.
Yeah.
We need your expert opinion here. What do you think?
Um. I know, like I can block. if it sends like chunks, but it says text. So that's what I'm not sure about.
One character of text at a
Okay.
time.
Yeah,
I don't think we're gonna. I mean,
NC
we're gonna.
William,
it sends like 8 blocks or eight
NC
chunks,
William, anyone else?
chunks at a time. But
That's the and most of the ciphers I think we see are block. I think the only one that we know that's stream
Mhm.
is Revest Cipher 4. Right, guys?
mm,
Yeah. Nancy's shaking her head. Yes. I'm feeling better and better about
Mhm.
stream, but I'm open to betting on bit if you guys want to.
Hey, good news.
Talk
So
to me.
coincidentally, my assistant instructor, chatted me, right?
Chimed
And
in.
we talk a little bit. We're buddies. So Sarah, it's Leonard, right? So I pasted question 2 and took a screenshot and sent it to him, and he replies, "That's a good question." So even
Uh-oh.
he doesn't know,
That's tough.
and he says, "I want to say
Okay.
block, but it depends."
He wants to take what? Bob? But it depends.
I am reading your.
I don't think. I think bit is just. I think that's a red herring. This is the hardest question we've had so far. We're gonna have to just take a shot, guys. Anybody want to vote? What do we want to do? Take it.
yeah, well, I think it's A. That's what I would just suggest. But
So
All
which
right.
one?
I think it's stream.
I'm with Nancy.
And I realize I've been talking over here and I've been muted the whole time because I was like, I'm back in Charlie. Like,
Okay,
I was having really good
would have
conversation
guessed
with myself.
B, a bit cipher, because a bit is,
Makes sense, doesn't it?
8
Single
characters,
thing.
50, 8 ones and zeros. So
But I just
Let's say
googled
bit.
bit cipher and
What'd you
nothing
get?
comes up.
There
So
we go. That's our damn answer.
So I think it's a stream because it said in there that stream uses bits.
Yep.
It goes one at a
okay,
time.
stream it is. Yes.
All right.
Way to go.
Charlie.
Bit's not a thing. That's a red herring.
Yeah.
what's that for?
It
Isn't that
made
funny?
so.
That was a good question. That was a tough one. They really wanted you to say bit.
Block cycle. You see?
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. Block cycles operate on chunks. That's what I got confused of.
Yeah, but balance and bit, nothing.
Yeah.
It says it's a block, so I was like,
For instance,
okay.
for instance, 3 DES, triple DES is an asymmetric cipher, I think, or a symmetric cipher. I can't remember which. But that uses
right.
3 blocks of 64 bits or bytes, I think, a piece.
DS, I believe, is symmetric.
Mm-hmm. And triple DS is symmetric too. It just uses 3 DESs, and those are block ciphers.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then again, there's only one stream cipher.
RSA is the asymmetric. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah, RSA is asymmetric, but I think the only stream cipher that we'll see is that RC4 or RC maybe 5. I don't know. I can't remember. But it's called Revest. It's Ron Revest cipher.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only, like in my studies, that's the only stream cipher that I've come across. But that can be open to debate.
That's a weird question.
It was
This
a.
one.
Let's
Number
read it.
4.
You see it, yes. So you know what it is. The questions are randomized. So
Oh, I see.
I can kind of look through the others. I'm looking to see if Acme
That-
widget. Here, there it is.
All right, there we
So
go.
let's do question 7 first.
7 and then 4. Okay. Acme Widgets has 10 employees, and they all need the ability to communicate with one another using a symmetric encryption system. The system should allow any 2 employees to securely communicate without other employees eavesdropping. If an 11th employee is added to the organization, how many new keys must be added to the system? This is a weird question, but it's really, I think about that last part, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like if one new employee is added, how many keys do they get? That's how I read it.
Okay.
When they're doing symmetric,
Okay.
not asymmetric.
Oh yeah, shit. Good point, Nancy.
So
right?
the
'Cause
answer
is it a
probably
public-private or is it, right, they're using
Oh,
shared keys, right?
okay. Let's think about that. That probably has me down to 1 as opposed to 2. If it's symmetric, they're only getting their public or their private key. God damn
It's
symmetry.
one. Charlie, I'm with you. Public is already public, so they will just need to add his private key in there.
You know, I'm not cursing symmetric algorithms. I'm actually cursing symmetry itself. Damn symmetry.
Mhm.
All right, so what are we thinking, people? When we're adding an 11th employee, William, you got people at your organization. What happens when you add somebody? How many keys do they get?
I will
And
say one.
yeah, our key is symmetric
Just one.
encryption. It's in symmetric encryption. Let's guess 1, guys.
okay. So I would guess it would be 10. The
Mm-hmm.
idea being that the 11 we would need to do a different key for each of the other 10 people.
That's the explanation for 10 and 11. Okay.
Okay, so but I'm going with 1.
But I understand you're. Oh my God! No! No!
It was 10.
Corey, you should have been more forceful.
I
I'm
didn't
sorry.
know. I don't even know what the I'm not fully confident on even the definition of a symmetric
Yeah, I don't know what that is
Yeah, but
either.
you totally explained it exactly right though. They
Yeah.
would have to assign new keys to everybody.
Okay, so asymmetric, then it must
I
be
never thought
1
about that then.
By
No,
that
it's
logic,
only 1.
or 2.
if it was asymmetric, it'd be 20 probably. Oh
Mm.
shit!
2.
Again,
Wait. Oh, here we go. I'm looking at this question. If they
Referring to the
switch,
scenario in question 9, if Acme switches to
2
asymmetric,
keys.
how many keys would be required to add the
Those
11th?
now, yeah, that's probably 2 because that's probably implying that the difference is
Because
not everybody.
everybody shares the same public, it now becomes their secret key.
Hang on, I don't know about everybody sharing the same public. Everybody would have a public,
Right.
but maybe they wouldn't have to reset everybody. Is that right? Is that what we're thinking? Because the key to the prior question was they had to reset everybody, right?
Yeah.
So I think this is playing off that and saying, oh no, if it's asymmetric, it's not 1, it's 2 because they would need to issue them a new private and a new public.
But in the
I'm
symmetric, then everybody needs keys for the new person.
okay. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I think would happen there. So I guess 2 and see if it'll be right. I don't know. Don't listen to me.
It,
Shit.
it is. It's down there. It
Yeah,
says
it
only 2
says it.
keys.
Okay, I'm not reading. Sorry.
It's okay.
Hey guys, just showing. So Leonard is our instructor, and he just shared. Look at these Kahoot security risk management short quiz and
Oh, we can
security
do some.
threats, attacks, and user Kahoots.
If you
And
guys
he
want.
said,
I
I'm
don't
still
like the
cleaning them up.
Kahoots.
Another instructor shared these with me yesterday. Here's all of them. So I'll share all this with you guys at the end.
Okay, cool.
Nice, thank you,
How
sir.
long do we? It's 7 o'clock. How long are we going?
We typically go from 6 to 8,
Okay.
but everyone's obviously free to come and go as they please.
Yeah. So we'll finish. Let's get this one now. So we're only like a quarter of the way through this one.
Yeah.
Allen's scheme means to perform computations on sensitive personal info, but does not need access to the underlying data. What technology can the team use to perform these calculations without accessing the data?
Holy shit.
Jesus,
I don't know this, but I'm gonna go with D because normally everything is always a certificate.
Well, A is nothing. Quantum computing. I mean, what is that?
It could be
also
blockchain.
That's the basis for artificial intelligence. Basically, it's a computer that
Yeah, that's really interesting. Honestly.
learns from its mistakes. Basically, it's quantum computing.
Okay, blockchain. We know what that is. That's
That's
Bitcoin.
blockchain.
That's
Yeah.
not it.
Bitcoin.
I mean, it's related. Yeah. Homeomorphic. Homeo meaning
Homomorphic.
one. Morphic
Homomorphic.
meaning change. One change. Encryption.
Change encryption.
And certificate.
Oh.
Sarah's certificate.
It's
penny.
literally a thing.
Homeomorphic encryption?
Yeah.
Well, I've heard of oligomorphic and polymorphic and metamorphic.
Heard of
I'm
polymorphic?
Those are virus, right?
That's what I mean. It literally populates itself. It's a thing.
yeah, yeah.
That's the answer.
Is that our answer?
It is a form of encryption, allow one to perform calculations on encrypted data without decrypting it first. The result of the computation is in an encrypted form. When decrypted, the output is the same as if the operations had been performed on the unencrypted data.
Okay. Guys, this has me a little bit worried about us not switching over and doing some of these questions before this. This has me worried like these are more like what we'll see on the test, or I don't know, more or less, but these are definitely different.
I read that somebody said that the closest to what's exactly on the test is Professor Messer's test questions.
Test questions, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing that drives me nuts about those is the those extended sessions. Like they don't go through enough questions. They kind of talk and dick around and talk and do the promo and
Yeah.
like
But
there's.
you can buy the test, like the test thing.
Oh, I
It's
think
test prep.
The test prep, yeah.
I think we
Not
have
the
it
actual
all.
videos.
Safiatu shared a bunch of it with us. I don't know if I've
Okay.
got it all anymore, but anyway, let's keep trucking. Ben, what is Ben doing? He's searching through an organization's trash. What a dumpster diver.
Dumpster
Honestly,
diving.
I hope that on the test they have like 10 different questions with dumpster diving. I think we
So-
got those down.
So everybody, like, if we gotta get to the point.
And
Everybody's got to
shoulder
get to the point
surfing.
where, yeah, where if you see trash, you know it's dumpster diving. If you see if you see a dollar figure, you know it's ransomware.
Right.
We've gone through these questions already, haven't we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
some of them.
They're
we have,
weird.
William. So.
It's weird. Well, we'll just skip them and move on.
So
Right.
who's taking it the soonest? Charlie,
Kaiser.
you're taking it April 1st. Who's taking it in March?
Well, Kaiser's taking April 1st for sure.
I'm taking
Okay.
April 1st.
Okay, this is a good question. I knew the answer because actually we covered this in on Saturday morning in our class.
Really?
And I actually have a web page open that shows.
Let me read it. What do we got? Brian discovers that a user is
Oh yeah, A.
It's your favorite thing,
Yeah.
Charlie.
stealing sensitive information. Is posting many image files to a message board. Steganography, yeah.
Mhm.
And whenever you know you're hiding something in image files, you should think steganography.
Mhm.
Some of these are
No,
kind
I
of.
think it's a birthday attack.
That's what I'm still struggling with. I
Just
hate that one. I still can't figure out what the hell that means.
This I have no idea on this one.
Somebody read it for me.
What type of digital certificate provides the greatest level of assurance that the certificate owner is who they claim to be?
Ooh.
DV, OV, UV, or EV?
Ooh.
That's a good
Electric
one.
vehicle, ultraviolet.
Does everyone get an
Ovulation.
EV? Ovulation.
I just made that third one up.
Ovulation. All right. What would we even guess here? OV official verification. Shit.
Flip
Right.
of a coin.
These are great because to this point, I felt like every time we were asked a question like this, it was always certificate authority, and all you had to remember was
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
damn right,
certificate
Nancy.
authority, right?
OV, EV, UV.
Okay, Nancy, pick a number between 1 and 100.
77.
We're going with D. Yes!
Hi. Okay, it's
What?
called extended validation.
Extended validation certificate. So I'm assuming
See,
that
there's the CA.
yeah, right. So let's assume that the V from all of those is validation.
Yeah.
Wow.
These are good. These are new.
What types of digital certificate provides the greatest?
Finish it off, Nancy. I'm outside smoking a
Oh,
cigarette.
types of digital. I'm like looking it up, right? I mean, I didn't literally didn't realize we could have these different levels of
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was
Assurance, right?
saying
So I'm
last
like, what
question.
are the types of digital certificates, right? Types of digital certifications, different types of digital certificates.
I feel fairly certain that I had seen that there was multiple types, but I don't think I'd seen which kinds.
Issued by the CA.
What do we got? David would
David would
send.
like to send.
Oh, thanks, William. Go for it.
David would like to send Mike a message using asymmetric encryption algorithm. What keys should you use to encrypt the message?
This is our baby again, PKI. Remember this one, guys? Come on now. We got to start with what? Do we start with the sender or the recipient?
Sender.
Start with the sender.
Wrong.
Sender's private key,
Maybe I'm wrong.
sender's private key, then public key, and
No.
then receiver's private key.
No, receiver's public key, then sender's
That's it.
private key, and then receiver's private key.
Wait. Say that again.
We're debating whether it's the process of doing asymmetric encryption when you're
Mhm.
doing a message starts with the sender or the recipient. I'm arguing that it starts with the recipient, and Kaiser is arguing that it starts with the sender.
The recipient's public key or private key?
I'm saying it's this recipient's public key that you start the whole process with. So that in this case, it would be Mike.
Yeah, but you use
So it'd be C.
No,
you use the his public key to encrypt.
Yep, that's right.
You use your private key to sign,
Okay.
and then
And
you
then
use his public key to encrypt.
but who is his? When you're saying his, who are you
Oh,
referring to?
oh, okay. David would like to send Mike, right?
Yes.
Or David will use Mike's public key to encrypt.
public key.
Yes. So the process starts. You're agreeing with me. You're saying C.
Mike's.
Oh, wait a second. Maybe I'm not reading this right. I hate to be. I feel like I'm an asshole. I'm sorry if I'm so forceful.
Not a feeling, it's a fact. But
Not a feeling. It's a fact. I love that. But maybe I was talking about the wrong step of the process. Which key should he use to encrypt? Is that maybe step 2 of the process? Is that what you were saying,
Yeah.
Safiatu?
Yeah, that's step 2. First, if you write a letter or email or whatever, I
Yep.
write a letter and I want to send Charlie a letter or whatever. Satyatu is the sender. Number 1, if I finish writing, I have to use my private key to sign it. You know?
Yeah.
Sign it. And then use your public key to encrypt.
And then when you send it, what do you use?
When you send it, you're going to use your private key to decrypt it.
So in this case, Safiatu's logic would lead us to B, I believe. And I think that might be right. I think I was thinking of the wrong step of the process. If we're saying you're saying it's a 4-step process, but I'm saying it's a 3-step process. But you're probably right.
David is the sender.
That's not the one we need, Corey. We need the one with the cross. The it's like a cross. It's like an
Oh,
X.
there's a Bob and Alice one.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, Bob and Alice. Yeah.
Who are Bob and Alice? Oh, Bob and Alice. Yeah. What do you think?
Alice's public key. So Bob encrypts using Alice's public key.
Okay. So in that case, that would be. I think that is C for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
C.
Yeah, Bob, the sender. Satyatu is the sender. I'm sending Charlie email. I'm the sender. I'm gonna use my private key.
Ori, can you send me that image?
I'm
in
gonna-
Hang
Keybase,
on,
please?
Safiatu. There's one thing about your description that was off. I think it's like you're saying if you're the sender, you're encrypt. This answer is telling us that you are in fact encrypting with my public key if I'm the
Yeah.
recipient, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we're on the same page. Forget it.
Yeah.
We're on the same page.
Well, and the other,
So start all over, Saviatu.
Well, if I'm sending email to Charlie, I'm the sender. I'm gonna use my private key.
Hang on. We got to start with you got to start with my key, right?
No, no, no. I'm gonna start with my key. That's what I'm gonna.
Can you roll up, Corey?
That's what I'm gonna use to sign. Okay, but I will use your key, Charlie's key,
To encrypt, I guess.
public key to encrypt.
Okay. I just didn't have that first step in there. That first sign step. Okay.
Okay. Well,
Oh, sorry, guys.
when you have questions like this, Charlie,
Yep.
just begin. You have to begin with the sender first. That's number one.
Yes.
Okay, Satya to Charlie, I want to send you an email. Okay, just watch out for my email.
Yep.
All right. Satya is sending me an email.
Mhm.
She's gonna use number one. She's gonna use her private key to sign.
Okay.
The
Is
signature.
that a digital certificate you mean, or is that just the?
That's digital signature for you
Okay.
to verify. That's gonna validate that yes, this is from Sapiatu. If you see my signature, that's number one. Number two, if I finish signing, I'm gonna use Charlie, your public key to encrypt
Yep.
the email before I send it.
Then it's encrypted, and you're gonna send, and I'm gonna decrypt with my private key.
Your private key. So I have two keys. I have public and private. You have, public and private. So I will sign, and if you see it, you're gonna say, okay, this is from Sapiatu because I use my private.
So everybody.
The way I remembered it too is that you wouldn't encrypt the entire message with this, with the secret.
You're encrypting just the key, I think, is what you're doing.
I'm just signing.
And then the whole message
If
is
I
encrypted
finish,
with a public key.
yeah, if I finish writing, I'm gonna sign it for validation. So I will use my private keys. That's secret for me. So if I finish everything, then I'm gonna use Charlie's public key to encrypt, make it scramble. And then I send
Yeah,
it.
that's what I'm saying is more often than not when it's come up and it's asking about how are you encrypting, it was like you wouldn't use your private key to encrypt the entire message.
Never.
So that's why I was like, yeah, so that's why I'm like, so right off the bat, you get rid of private key in this one.
Yeah.
And then it's just, you have to remember, right, we're using the senders, right? That's all I was trying to say there is you would never encrypt the entire message, not never to say never.
Never. Yeah,
But, right, you're not encrypting the entire message with a private key.
Because everybody's public key, it's just public. I can put my public key on Facebook.
Your public key is on Facebook.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It should be there, but your private key, no. So that's what they use for validation.
Yeah.
Because nobody has it.
Yeah, there's a lot of like email encryption services you can get that do this process.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. I don't want to get too hung up on it. I know this is a key thing, but I don't want to get too hung up on it. Everybody all right?
Key is just
Yep.
confusing.
Otherwise, if you talk about it too much, I get frustrated.
Yes.
Yeah, it's hard to talk about over and over. That's one of those things you have to look at yourself too. We've seen this one, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe not. Sharif receives a bill of services. Oh yeah, this is the one Corey nailed.
Yeah, we
right?
did that one.
Corey nailed this. Is an invoice scam, right, Corey?
Yeah.
Hang on for a second, all right?
Wait a second. Is this the same question? Receives a bill of services that he does not believe his company requested or had performed. What type of social engineering is this? I thought it was hoax. Corey was right when I think he said invoice scam. I'm not sure though. Bruh.
Corey?
Hey, I'm sorry. Believe me, this is going to benefit all of you guys here. Okay, it's invoice scam.
Bingo. We haven't seen that one. That invoice scam.
I think we saw this one too.
I don't know why. It's just mishing them together. It's just.
I saw this name before.
It's just smishing them together. Anyone?
What?
Smishing them together. Anyone?
No.
Get it?
Isn't this a watering hole?
Waterhole.
Yeah.
It's weird that we've had these questions.
Well, it's weird that
Very,
it's
very
like
similar.
we chose a different category.
I know. Well, I don't know.
It kind of mixed the two. Maybe selected the two.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, that's what happened.
It puts
Yeah.
in old ones.
Well, you had to maybe you had to deselect the ones we just did.
That's it.
That's what it is.
It did 20 questions from the 2.
Yep. Well, let's just finish them out, and we'll just skip the ones we've done, and then we can fix it and do another. Which of the following statements about cryptographic keys is correct?
Incorrect.
Thank you. Is incorrect. All cryptographic keys should be kept secret. That's incorrect. Longer keys are better than short keys when the same algorithm is used. I don't think that. I think that's moot. Asymmetric algorithms generally use longer keys than symmetric. I think that's moot. Digital certificates are designed to share public keys. That might be true. That's true, isn't it? So the only one that's untrue is probably A, because public keys are not meant to be kept secret. They're meant to be shared. What do you guys think?
Yes.
Well, is it one answer?
A.
It's William. Think about what this one's asking.
Because it says following statements. I was just wondering, was it more than one answer?
No, here you can only choose one.
But that's a good point. It does imply. Oh no, that's just the way it's written.
It said which one?
Which of those ones is incorrect?
Well, see, I think this is correct. A, all should be kept secret. Yeah, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's called public key.
Yeah, the public key is definitely something you don't care if it's kept secret or not.
Okay.
Right?
So
That's
think of it in the word all usually is like when you do true or false statements, like words like all or never
scary.
are usually very clearly true or false. So
Yeah.
So A probably is incorrect.
It's only incorrect because those public keys.
Going for it.
Yep.
Those public keys are in public. That's the whole deal with the asymmetric encryption is you got to be able to find somebody else's public key.
These keys should be freely shared.
Yep.
Because remember, we just went through, it's how you hash it up, but it's also how you open it up, right? Because you would have their public key on the other side. So they'd have to be able to get it somewhere.
Okay, Sarah and Aiden, only you two can answer this one. Because we already did it.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Yeah.
The urgency? It's either D or A.
Urgency. Aiden, do you agree?
I never Jeff.
I don't know if Aiden's on mute or what his thoughts are.
Correct.
All right, doing good.
Oh man,
moving right along. Beep beep.
Well, we're close to done.
Sarah, we already know this one too.
Yeah.
Just pop out into the questions again. We'll try another category. And we'll see if we can deselect those. Or we just
All
got
right, so this is supply chain attack.
Supply chain, yep.
Next.
Elicitation. Okay. That's one
this one we already did. The casual conversation to get them to talk about the security, that's elicitation.
Didn't we have this in the same one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why we're like running through to see if we can get something else up.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
okay,
wait,
here we go.
I don't think...
Yeah.
What is the strongest algorithm from the 4 choices below?
RSA.
Which one?
I say RSA, but I could be wrong.
Well, the keyword is symmetric, so let's just remember we're choosing symmetric ones.
Oh, skip it. Yeah, thank you. I didn't see that. RSA is asymmetric.
Mm-hmm.
So then I would go with B. Nope. Nope.
What about your boy? What about your boy down there at the bottom?
My AES. I know. That's why I was like, wait.
That's our dog.
Those 3 are all symmetric. The BES, 3DS, and AES.
Mm-hmm.
And then I do think the AES is the most recent one, so that's why I would say it was the strongest.
That would be my logic too,
Yeah, thank you.
I think.
Slow it down, Spittle. I was just trying to get to 20. When you combine
Sarah?
D.
Yep.
Vishing.
The questions on the test are going to be this easy.
It doesn't seem. These seem a
We
little
wish.
easy.
Yeah.
We did this one too, Sarah.
Oh.
I mean, but you are getting them from the CompTia study guides. I'm assuming there's similar questions, right?
Well, that's what we've been
Yeah,
debating.
Isn't that what it said? It's like, so we may get some of these and then it just kind of keeps ramping us up until we find the ones that maybe we have some issues with, and it'll ask us a couple more and then it'll pivot.
I don't have. I don't know.
Is this authority?
Have some confidence with it, girl. You got it.
Okay. So getting back and save and quit. So we got 18 out of 20. And let's return to the test bank. And yes,
Let's see what happened.
I still had that check.
That's why.
Okay.
Right. Now we know.
So we only did 7 questions out of 20.
Well, they only gave us
Okay.
7.
So now let me do this since I have this. So I want to go back here to what. Okay, so Leonard gave this to me. And I want to see if I can, let's see here. He said, here is all of them. Right mouse click, copy text, and
Paste in chat.
hang on. That's my wife. Okay, so I'm putting it in the chat to everybody.
I like how your wife messages you to get a hold of you.
Well, you know how I was trying to set up where we can like either, so now I'm supposed to go, did you hear the ding? It's supposed to ding. See, for me, it shows up in the corner,
Bruh.
right? It shows up in the corner, so I know when she's there. No. Okay.
Set up your alerts.
No ding, but sorry guys.
You're
Hey,
fine.
it's my wife. No ding, but a box in
Dave, you need a Borat my wife sound effect.
All right. So I'm gonna go back to Ricochet Rabbit here. And
Sorry,
here,
I can't access the Kahoot.
I don't know.
I'm doing it now. Okay, so he gave us that. So now let's do.
I don't know if everybody's even got Kahoot on their devices. I don't think anybody's got accounts for Kahoot. I don't know if we want to do a Kahoot, guys.
Well, hold on.
I mean, I do.
Let's try this one. Okay.
I'll admit, I do not enjoy the Kahoot because it does it as like, who can answer this the fastest? And I got to tell you, I need to sit there and be like, what is the question asking?
Mm-hmm.
What am I looking for? Yeah. Right. And then go through. But that whole running to do it, it's no joy. And so you guys can do it, but I'm going to bounce if we're going to do Kahoot.
It gives you like only maybe
right.
seconds.
It's giving you the answers, not the question.
Oh, maybe that's what maybe he provided you both. Here are the questions and then here are the answers to the questions. That seems odd too, though.
Okay, this ain't working.
Here,
that one wasn't filled out.
Well, let's go back to this.
We've been thinking about doing the Kahoot, but
Let's do the hardest ones for me is network security.
Bang, that's tough.
Yeah.
Sound good?
Yeah. Network security,
All right.
cryptography, any of them. They're all miserable. All right, Gary, what's Gary doing? Gary wants to use secure protocols for email access for his end users. Which of the following groups of protocols should he implement to accomplish his task? Secure protocols, email access, end users. There's your keywords.
I have no idea.
Me neither. I've never seen any of these.
Okay, so it's really just asking us, let's think here, guys. What is a group of secure protocols? And the ones that are tough are those DKIM and DMARC ones.
Yeah, the DKIM.
You remember what those are, Dave?
Yeah, but I don't know how to explain it.
Okay, well that doesn't help us.
I'll go with A.
I tend to like, well,
I kind of like A as well, but I don't know about HTTPS.
POP S, IMAP S, HTTPS sounds secure to me. I'm gonna go with C. But
Yeah.
we can choose. We can choose whatever. You're in control. Oh.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of POPs before. Or IMAP.
POPs was what is part of the CyWar. Or no, sorry.
Oh God, CyWar.
Was the
Tell them that.
No, POP was the final project from the cyber infrastructure, because we had to access the email and they were using a POP3 email server.
Yeah, I just don't remember it being called POP Secure.
Speaking of final project, how do you guys do it in your school with the final projects? What do they have you do? Like, do you have to do it individual, the whole thing, and submit it for a grade, or how does it work in your school?
We weren't even presented that we even had final projects until we were about 5 or sessions in.
Mm-hmm.
We might have done
they weren't
one.
releasing them until we had like 2 or 3 days right before we were at our end, and every time we've always been behind, right?
Yep.
So they
So
never.
everyone...
It wasn't until this last one we finally actually did it, and then
thank
we
God.
did end up doing it as a group, right? Because they haven't used it as a. They did let us know, right, that moving forward, classes would have to, but ours was one where they were just starting to do it, and so they haven't really, at that point, really figured out how to mix it in, and then they haven't held us accountable to it.
Okay.
I gotta be honest with you. I think you get more out of it if you do it as a group.
Yeah.
First of all, I don't think we would have gotten the last one. A lot of us.
Totally
I know I
agree.
wouldn't have.
Yeah.
You just
We've
get
done
more
it
out of it.
with a group, and since Microsoft Security, every time we've done groups.
Yes, stick with doing that. You get more out of it that way, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, our teachers have made us do it in groups, but we're happy for that because some of the projects are insane, and there's no way you can do it by yourself. Really.
We're not all that impressed with our teachers sometimes.
Yeah.
So I do like that DKIM and DMARC, because I knew that had to do with mail, but I like that they specified that has to do with email servers.
Yeah. I'm writing those. I'm writing those two down on my list though. DKIM and DMARC. I don't know what those are.
Those are secure protocols for email servers.
You can say it all day long. I still don't know what it means.
Fair enough.
Right? Like I still don't know. And then there's DMARC with a C. Which one of those is right? I'm guessing DKIM with a K. I don't know.
They're both.
No, DMARC. I'm spaced out. Forget it.
Yeah, they're both.
Yep. DKIM, DMARC.
Okay. Randy wants to prevent DHCP attacks on his network. What secure protocol should he implement to have the greatest impact?
What a miserable question.
Yeah.
All right, so what are we thinking about when we think of DHCP? It's something dynamic host protocol. It's basically what Isn't it what gets you your IP address?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
It's the
Oh, is that Robert?
the
Hey,
random
Robert.
IP, right, where you can rent it and get it assigned.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Is
So let's work from there.
now is this ARP like
Like ARP
plural of
table?
ARP tables? You know what
Is
I
that
mean? Or
I
is it
think
different?
I think that's what they're trying to say, but
Yeah.
I almost think anytime you see something that you recognize and it's got an S at the end of it and it's capitalized, it's secure. It's
Yeah.
that thing that you think it is and then secure.
Okay.
I don't think there is such thing as RS
I don't know if there
or
is either. I don't.
or SDHCP. SDHCP. LDAPS. I
Yes,
think that's secure. That's the thing.
it should
That's a
be
directory access.
Yeah, that's Dave's
Yeah.
right.
it should be C, right?
So
It should be C.
Oh,
C or none.
I did it again. I'm sorry.
It's
None.
D. I didn't even see it,
None
but
of them.
I'm gonna guess it's D. It's D, right? Bruh,
Yeah, I was
bruh.
Oh,
saying
it's yeah, I
D.
think it's none.
yeah,
I was definitely
nothing.
not on the C because C was a SCADA system, wasn't it? Or EHDCH?
Oh,
No, no,
Or
see,
there is
it's
no such
D.
thing.
It's none of
I
the
like it because
above.
we
There's
hadn't
no
heard of any of
secure
them.
DHCP.
Answer
There is.
D.
If you
Yeah,
think about it, we
there's
hadn't heard of any of them. We were just trying to say, oh, they added an S, it must mean secure.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was D, guys.
Oh.
Thanks, Charlie.
Whatever.
Maduria is designing a load balancing config for her company and wants to keep a single node from being overloaded. What type of design will meet this need? I have no
Oh.
idea.
DuckDuckGo.
What do we got? Let's see. We've got
Go, Shirley.
Active,
daisy chain,
active.
active, duck, duck, goose, or active, passive. So the question is between active, and active, active, passive. And what this is really asking is, do you want your
I think it's
servers to
B.
be both on at the same time, like both servers are on, so it's active, or is one on and one off, so active, passive?
Why don't you like daisy chain?
Mm.
I mean,
You
it is a form of load balancing.
you got a problem with daisy chain, Kaiser? You don't like daisies? I like
Depends.
Does anybody not know what a daisy chain is?
No, I mean, is it a real thing?
I don't.
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
real. Well,
For load
this goes
balancing,
back
it is.
to SCSI printers. Like you used to be able to, if you wanted to connect multiple printers to one computer, what you could do is you go from the computer to the printer and printer to another printer and printer to
Sure.
another.
Okay.
And so that's
Yeah,
daisy
got that.
chain.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, and that
It's going
goes way
from
back.
one to
That's
it's going one to another one and the next one.
USB
Yeah.
was invented. So that's the. It doesn't necessarily, like they can still use that phrase for servers.
So that's a valid option for this answer, maybe. I mean, at least it's
I
a,
don't think so. That's the.
I mean, it's a load question, and it's a load concept. It's talking about. I mean, I'm not saying it's the answer. I'm saying it's. All right, so
Either it's B active, like you will make everybody active, or active passive.
yeah, but it's B. It's active. That's what you want to do to load
I
balance.
All
think
right,
it's
go
B.
B.
I
Yeah,
think.
you wanna go B.
What's
Yay.
that description say?
I guess all I'm calling
Okay.
out on this one though is, I mean, I would think they'd be able to ask more questions about load balancing. So,
Yeah,
I mean, active,
I thought.
active passive is a failover. Active means,
Exhaust.
right, you're having multiple channels, right, up. But then there are pathways to actually doing that, right? So, right, because I know
Nancy, you
Cradlepoint
just
does
said
round
it.
robin, we do waterfall, right? I mean,
Yeah,
and
but
daisy chain is one, right?
that's almost getting into like clustering. Anyway, it's all the
All
same
right.
stuff, I guess. All right. What type of NAC will provide Isaac with the greatest amount of information about the systems that are connecting, while also giving him the most amount of control of systems and their potential impact on other systems that are connected to the network?
Zach will provide.
I can't even
I gotta
I
be
gotta
honest
read
with you.
this.
These questions are way different than the ones I've seen.
What type of NAC will
Mhm.
provide the greatest amount of control the system that are connected, while also giving him the most amount of control of the system that are connected. So the questions are, so initially we have to say, is it agent-based or agent-less?
Yep, and then there's a second part to the
And then
question.
the second, right? Yeah.
Yep, there's pre and post admission.
And it's
So
interesting, right? Because there's one agentless and one pre-admission.
Yeah.
okay,
I'd
let's.
say it's D.
You like D, Dave?
Yeah.
All right, Dave likes D. Let's think about
I
that.
don't trust me.
Well, we can trust you if you want us to. I mean, if you think it's D, explain yourself. What gives you that thought?
Yeah.
No, I just said, like you said, agent base has three options, right? And then so there is also all three of them are admission NAC at the end. So I just like, but then B and D are left almost like similarly, but since there's
Yeah,
three
and
of
they're
them,
linked. They're linked with that post admission NAC. All right, well, we got to break the question down into two parts, I guess. Greatest amount of information about systems that are connecting, and then the second part would be most amount of control of systems. What does that sound like now that we think about it that way? Greatest amount of information. It's almost like like stateless firewall.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Stateless and stateful.
right?
Yeah.
Agent-based, agentless. Agent-based and agentless. Which one would give us the greatest amount of information about systems that are connecting? I don't know,
Using
guys.
agentless.
Do you notice that C and D are identical except for the word NAC?
Right.
And I think that may
Agent-based.
even be a type, like
Yeah.
I can tell you, like I actually taught high school math for a couple of years, and we learned what you how to design multiple choice questions. I actually took a class in it, and there was something called the wrong answers are called distractors.
Yeah.
That's the official name for them. The idea is to distract you from the correct answer. So C and D are basically the same. I can't possibly see that they're different,
But the wording.
right?
No, agent-based NAC.
Versus
C,
agent-based. What's the difference?
just a bit. There's no NAC in there. Yeah. Network access control. That's NAC, right?
Uh-huh.
So agent-based next network access control and post-admission network access control.
See how it's got those dual, like both NACs in there? For that reason, in Corey's explanation, I think we throw out C.
Yeah.
I think we're down to agent-based post and pre-admission NAC and agentless post-admission NAC. I don't know. Unless anyone knows anything about this, we're going to have to guess. I don't think anyone does.
All right, someone guess.
Someone that's not me,
Somebody
guess.
said D.
Do
Somebody
D,
said
Shirley.
D.
I would say B.
Yeah, D. Let's say D. Okay. All right.
Oh, wait a
Second
minute. I
best.
thought we said, I
What did we
thought C and
say?
D were out. Yeah.
A, it turned out to be.
So pre-admission agent-based, but this is a weird question.
I've never seen this one.
Yeah.
Maybe that should have made sense to us. Pre-admission NAC. Them, I don't know.
Okay, since systems will not be connected to the network, even to quarantine. Anyway, I don't know.
Pre-admission zone. It gives you greater control. I don't know. I've never seen that one before.
Fred
this
wants
is
to
good.
ensure
Yep.
that the administrative interfaces for the switches and routers are protected, so they can't be accessed by attackers. Which of the following solutions do you recommend as part of his org's network?
D.
Yeah, I say port security.
I agree.
Because out-of-band management, it means
Hang on, I don't know
want
about
somebody
that.
to be able to, right, when things are down, come from somewhere else, right, and work on it. Trunking has to do with, right, how you're splitting things off, and then the other one is just network access control.
I think it's A. But let's find out. Let's find out.
Now go do A.
No.
Port security to me is like physical port security.
C.
They say it's out-of-band management?
Yeah.
These are tricky.
I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that.
Well, we do it all the time at work. And because, so the thing is, right, that's interesting. I would not,
These are good. These are good.
out of band typically what a lot of organizations will do is you're using a different network to gain access to your network devices to troubleshoot and repair them. So whether your router goes down, your switch goes down, right, your firewall, whatever piece of hardware might go down, historically, is the best way to say it, right, is that an organization would use an old telephone line. So they call it like the POTS line. So a lot of companies, and especially public sector, still have plain old telephone system, POTS lines. And so literally when shit would happen, they would have to remember and suffer through dial-up internet. Right? Literally the you've got mail,
I remember.
and then go through slowly to repair their system. And so now a lot of them are doing, right, and you would put it on a separate line. So that's where Cradlepoint, right, will come in, because they'll put it on, right, a cellular network, and the cellular, that particular SIM that they're using is only used for that. I mean, you could start to do it where you would do SD-WAN and it could be active, right? But a lot of times they'll just have it's on a separate cellular network, not on the others, right? So that's where you have, quote unquote, also your air gapping.
So
I've never thought of it that way though.
So when you're saying out of band management, is that talking about like a wireless network?
It doesn't have to be, right? You could have a separate.
Okay. Yeah, well,
but more often than not, that's how moving forward they're doing it.
Yeah, okay. You're saying they're switching from POTS to wireless. Okay. All right, that's new to me and us.
So you'll see, like, that's why Cisco bought Meraki, but Meraki doesn't do it that well inside their system. So there's actually a company called Open Gear that they specialize it, but like I said, also Cradlepoint does it. So the way Open Gear sells their stuff is like Cradlepoint does failover and can do out of band. We do out of band, right?
Yeah, that's how I would do it. That's how I would sell it.
Yeah.
We do the other thing. James is concerned about preventing broadcast storms on his network. What the F? Which of the following solutions is not a useful method of preventing broadcast storms on his network? So 3 of these are useful solutions. Which of these is not a useful solution?
So first, what is a broadcast storm?
I thought it was where the ARP table overflowed and then your switch suddenly became a hub and just was sending out messages to everybody.
Through
so
what?
That's where I'm going with A, but
the broadcast channel, right?
Yeah.
Multicast or whatever.
It's just sending it to everybody indiscriminately.
Yep.
There it is. It consumes sufficient network resources so as to render the network unable to transport normal stuff.
It's an ARP kind of DDoS attack, that kind of thing.
Okay, so what is not a useful method?
Limit this. I'm going. Loop protect features on switches. I mean, B is not the answer. C is not the answer. Those are both valid. Those are both useful. I imagine D is useful.
Yeah, because usually you want to do more.
Spanning tree protocol is the thing that prevents loops from happening on your switches.
Sounds like B.
I went with A.
Yeah, it should be A.
Because that's usually what you would do is you would want to create a broadcast storm is you'd want to overflow the ARP table.
You make it turn into a hub, as you said.
Yeah, so then on A, why would you disable the ARP?
Well, let's take the plunge.
Felt really bad about missing that out of band management.
Yeah, you're really trying.
You had a good argument though.
You really came in hot after the fact. Your punishment is to read.
Is that me?
Yep.
All right. Chuck wants to provide route security for his organization. And he wants to secure the BGP traffic that his routers rely on for route information. What should Chuck do?
What is BGP?
It's a routing protocol.
Is it?
Can you repeat?
Oh, I just said it's a type of routing protocol.
What
You're
kind?
just,
How to, I can't, I'm not gonna be able to.
Does it begin? I guess it begins with a B.
I think you're deriving that from the question itself, or you're not, Nancy. I mean, I haven't seen BGP. Has anybody seen it?
Nope.
Chuck wants to provide route security. He wants to secure that BGP that routers rely on for route information. That's our clue right there on what the hell it is. Routers rely on it for router information, for routing information. Sounds like the thing that.
So Cisco calls it the border gateway protocol.
Border gateway. I hate these
Everybody
vendors.
loves their acronyms, man.
Well, the ones that bother me are the vendor-specific ones, like the Cisco ones. So what does it want us to say?
Oh, so it's none of the above.
I didn't get to read the answers yet.
Okay, so BGP does not have native security methods.
BGP hijacks continue to
Oh,
be. Cider and ripples have not been broadly adopted. All right, BGP, that's going on the list. Corey, hats off. These questions are introducing some new topics.
What does an SSL stripping attack look for to perform an on-path attack?
I gotta think.
No idea.
I gotta think that's striping, and that they put an extra P in there on accident. I've gotta think that. It can't be stripping it. I mean, I've never heard of a striping attack either, but striping I've heard of at least. Stripping I haven't heard of for about 15 years.
I'd say D. And by the way, to let you guys know, what we have, what I learned in college, like in that multiple choice question thing, is really never to use all of the above as a possible answer, because the answer almost invariably is all of the above.
We think it's about 75 or 80% we're going with right now. Hang on, I wasn't even through there.
Yeah, hang on. What does SSL stripping attack look for to perform an on-path attack?
What would you look for in an on-path attack?
SSL stripping, though.
SSL stripping. So suppose it does what it sounds like it does, which is strip away the secure sockets layer. What's under secure sockets layer? I think it's an unencrypted HTTP.
Yeah, that's same thing. Because if you add SSL to HTTP to
make it HTTPS.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Stripping must refer to ripping a HTTPS and making an HTTP.
Check A, por favor.
Oh.
Sorry. Yeah.
And what's the answer? The original for SSL strip attacks relied heavily on unencrypted HTTP. Yeah. Cool. Thank you.
SSL stripping makes it HTTP. Okay. That's a new one for me, too. The hits keep on coming. Ben wants to observe malicious behavior targeted at multiple systems, on a network. He sets up a variety of systems and instruments to allow him to capture copies of attack tools and to document all of the attacks that are conducted. What has he set up, y'all?
Honeypot?
Honeypot or honey?
Net.
Net.
I think it's net because he says a variety of systems and instruments.
That's it in a nutshell. Everybody got that?
Honeypot is very close.
One thing. One.
Okay.
Yeah, think of it just singular, multiple. I think is the best way.
Yeah, I remember our instructor set up a real honeypot like on our first class.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then at the end of the class, we came back and all these Russian hits were in there. Yeah, like 200. He was surprised he only got 200.
Wow, that's
like
funny.
in 2 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll set one up in one of the CIT labs. You don't catch anybody though in yours. What technique is used to ensure that DNSSEC protected DNS information is trustworthy?
Is it B?
It sounds like it would be B, doesn't it? I think it would be B. Let's think about
D?
it. What technique
No, never mind.
is used?
DNS security.
I think it's got to be B, right?
Oh.
Or maybe it's excuse me, and maybe it's D. An IPsec VPN?
I don't think it's D
No, I don't think it's D.
because not everybody uses a VPN.
To ensure that protected information is trustworthy. Yeah, I mean, I like B. I vaguely still like D despite y'all's protestations, but I do like B, as in boy.
I guess we just spoke about it right now. Why not A?
Why not A? A.
Digital.
Safiatu might be onto something. It is digitally signed. Safiatu, in your recollection, do you remember there being a digital signature component to DNSSEC?
No, I don't.
I mean, I'm not implying that there is. I don't remember anything about. I'm not saying that that's not the answer either.
Yeah.
I like what you're saying. Let's not forget about A. All right. Well, let's take a shot.
Yeah, but you can use D if you want, but
Well, we'll find out who's right and who's
I'm
wrong in
going
a minute.
B.
I think
Yeah.
go with A.
See if Safi's right. She might be right. I still like D down there. IPsec VPN.
It's A.
Is it? Safiatu, good instincts. As usual.
but we just spoke about that. I guess
Okay.
digital signage.
Yeah, I know. I just didn't remember that DNSSEC had a digital signature component to it.
Well, they're just being tricky.
Yeah, they are.
Mhm.
All right.
BART needs to assess whether a three-way TCP handshake is occurring between a Linux server and a Windows workstation. He believes that the workstation is sending an SYN, but is not sure what is occurring next. If he wants to monitor the traffic and he knows the Linux system does not provide a GUI, what tools should he use to view that traffic?
Mm-hmm.
D.
Wireshark.
D, you got D on that one? Let's think about the other answers, though. For me, all right, so this is talking about the three-way handshake, which is the SYN respond. Then the responder says
Acknowledge.
SYN-ACK.
SYN-ACK.
Yep.
SYN-ACK, yeah.
Acknowledge, yeah.
And it's asking us for a Windows command to figure out what's happening with the traffic. All right. I like that last word, traffic. That makes me think D, like y'all. But C, TCP dump is pretty similar to Wireshark. TCP replay, I don't think is a thing. DD definitely is a thing. But I don't think.
Yeah, but we don't have a GUI to run the TCP dump.
That's the key with TCP dump. Is that right, Nancy?
That's what I thought. I mean,
I'm sure
I could
you're
be
right.
wrong on that, right?
No, if you remember that, I'm sure that's right. Let's find out. Wireshark it is. Let's see if we're right. Oh,
Damn it.
no.
Well, now
All
watch
right.
it be TCP dump.
Let's hope it's not.
Yeah.
Damn it.
It was TCP.
That's what it said. It's a command line tool that will allow BART to capture and analyze. But I was like, but it doesn't provide a GUI. Oh, because it's a command line.
I thought Wireshark is GUI.
Well, Wireshark, frankly, is both, but I think you generally use the GUI. That's true. DD is used to clone drives. Okay.
Right.
I got confused about the GUI versus command line.
So think Wireshark GUI.
Because I knew TCP dump was the command line, not.
Pretty much the same thing, though, right, Nancy?
No, GUI is more you have that.
No.
Friendly...
TCP dump versus Wireshark, I mean.
Yeah, to find the information. Yeah.
Right. Oh, at least we get a port question.
Question 12. Valerie.
E.
wants to replace the telnet access that she found still in use in her org. Which protocol should she use to replace it, and what port will it run on? Okay, so telnet is the old one.
So B.
Yep. Yep. The new one's B.
B.
Mhm.
Yep.
Secure channel
SSH.
422.
Hmm.
What is
Hey,
telnet?
hey,
Okay,
yeah, telnet. Yeah.
Telnet is
Oh, I
connection.
remember. Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, guys, you'll see telnet is basically just replaced by SSH.
Telnet is unsecured plain text.
I'm getting confused. I'm confusing myself now. Wayne is concerned that an on-path attack has been used against computers he is responsible for. What artifact is he most likely to find associated with this attack?
On path is man in the middle now. I mean, it
You
was
got
man
it.
in the middle, but now
That's right.
so
Everybody
it
understand
is
that?
that.
That man in the middle is now called on-path?
Yes.
Did
Great.
not know that, but okay.
Good.
Did not know that.
Yep, they're taking away all references to men, women, anything like that, white, black, anything like that.
But this
So
is
Dude in the
in
middle.
6 or is this in 5?
yeah, for 501 and 601, I think we all need to be cognizant of the fact that they have changed a lot of the names that you'll see. And this is an example of it. An on-path attack used to be called a man-in-the-middle attack.
Oh, that makes sense because there's a path.
Yep.
And in the middle of the path that it
Yep.
happened. Okay.
It does
Wayne
make
is
sense.
concerned that an on-path attack is to be used against computers he's responsible for. What artifact is he most likely to find? Okay.
Well, then this exam is 601, right? Is it 601 or 5?
This is the 601.
Oh, okay.
That might be it.
Yeah, I signed up for the 601, not realizing that wasn't necessarily a good idea. But
that explains why a lot of these questions are different.
Yeah, that's why they're different.
And maybe I'm wrong about, maybe it will say man trap and man in the middle on our 501 test.
When we were doing the testing before, Charlie.
Yeah.
We were doing the testing before. We did see those terms, man in the middle.
Well, the only reason I thought that our testing was outdated and that they just made the change maybe, and then they hadn't changed any of it yet. That was my thinking. But I don't know. Maybe just be prepared for both, probably.
It's not going to change until July 31st, is what I understand.
Yeah.
Well, that's when the test changes over. I'm not sure, but I heard the language immediately changed.
Here's what I heard was you can take either the 501 or the 601 until July.
Yeah, that's not what we're talking about. I'm talking about
601.
Yeah.
You have a choice to take it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So what is he most likely to find? What artifact? Okay. Well, A and C are basically the same thing.
No.
I mean, in other words, meaning.
Okay, let's eliminate the first one. Browser plugin and modify host file.
Yeah, I'm going with D.
I think we can just
I'm pretty sure it's A, guys.
Yeah, I was going with A.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it sounds like you're like.
No, it's not A.
Damn.
Oh wow. Man, I'm sucking today.
Plugin, malicious plugin.
Well, it's a browser plugin.
What the F?
I wouldn't have never thought that.
Never ever, Charlie.
I mean, these are wild. These are wild.
I never
questions.
would have said browser plugin ever.
I never in a million years would have said browser plugin. I would have said I would have said A 1,000 times out of 1,000. I would have said A. Kitty.
I think in 601 they changed some wording also, like lots of wording about like this browser plugin. It must be something else in.
Bro, I don't know. That is not a wording thing there. That was just different. We haven't seen a browser plugin. We haven't seen browser plugin be an answer, and we've done 1,000 questions. Let's keep.
And I have to say, we talk about man in the middle. I'm not saying all the time, but nobody's ever described it as a browser plugin.
Well, it can't. This can't hurt. This can't hurt us from seeing these things.
No.
All right. Well.
Shall we call it or do a couple more? What do we got?
One more. Well, we'll just. Yeah, I'm getting hungry. I haven't eaten dinner yet.
Yeah, I have to.
Which of the
and I have to get
following
batteries.
statements about security implications of IPv6 is false? So which one of these is false?
Yep, good. That's a good reading, Corey. I think C is in.
I think it's A. I think it's A.
Rules based on static IP addresses may not work. I don't know about that, Kaiser.
I think that's false.
I don't know. I think
that makes it.
Yeah,
it's not true.
Is it not true? Yes, it's not true. Is it not true?
May not work means like that's not true. Like it should work.
I'm not comfortable with the word
work.
may in that context.
Why would you not be able to do static IP with IPv6, right? Or that you could do rules, right? I also was A, but I've been wrong on everything tonight, it seems.
Oh, yeah. This is in, okay, wait. You know the MAC IP addresses? There's IPv4 and IPv6, right?
Right.
That's not what they're talking about here, correct?
That is
what they're talking about. IPv6.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's I think they're using it as a way to trick you and asking you, does this change when you go from IPv4 to IPv6? That's what I think a lot of these IPv6 questions are.
Right.
Yeah.
Like when you do IPv6, does the shit still work or does the shit not work?
It's all the same.
Yes, that's my understanding of it, is that it's all the same. So that being taken into context.
The reason that you would move to IPv6 is because they were running out of IPv4.
Yeah, but not for any other reason. I mean, all the functionality should still be there, right?
Yeah, that's my understanding.
Okay, so with that in context, where does that leave us?
Okay, so traffic may bypass existing security. Shit.
Ah.
Well, we still don't know. Wait, we still don't know what the answer is.
Hey.
Okay, look. It doesn't include
I'm still with C.
Address translation because there are so many available. There is not NAT implementation.
Okay, I did not think of that.
So what's the answer?
The answer is C.
Oh,
C.
That's what I was thinking from the beginning too.
Let's read it one more time. IP does not include network address translation because there are so many IP addresses available. That means there is not a NAT implementation, and thus IPv6 can't have an insecure version. Rules based on static IP may not work since dynamic addresses are heavily used in IPv6 networks. Reputation services remain relatively rare. Can you take a picture of that and send it to us?
Yep.
I'm
going to read that. That's the one for me where I'm like, I already have up here man in the middle browser plug-in, but I'm like, this one's really throwing me. Because I didn't understand this correctly then, right?
I have put like 7 or 8 of these in the chat.
Yeah, I saw them in there.
You've seen them? So.
Yep. Thank you for doing that.
All right, I'm done.
Yep. I don't know, guys, if these were tough tonight because they were 601 or what, but I mean, not that they were all tough. We did pretty well on most of them. We got more than 80% right. Well, that doesn't look very good, but that was.
I mean, they said that 601 is pretty close to 501, except that there's just
a little
the weights are
twist
different.
to it. I know that's what I thought too, but I feel like looking at these questions, there's a little bit different. I mean.
Yeah.
All right, so for Thursday, somebody research like difference in somebody do a Google search, difference in the questions themselves, 501 and 601. You know what I mean?
I'm not going to be able to come Thursday because remember, Corey, we have that extra class.
Oh, we have the extra class. Okay. All right, well, I challenge anybody to figure it out. And I am starving, so I am
go for it.
See you guys.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Yeah,
I'll be there. I'll be there Friday.
Yeah, great job, guys. It's always the same link. Just keep that link in your bookmarks, and you guys know the times. And we'll see you guys in class tomorrow. But For all you other guys, Thursday, Friday. Friday, maybe we'll see. This is the next time we'll see you.
All right. Thanks, Charlie, for inviting us
Of
again.
course, we're so glad to have you guys.
Yes,
Charlie,
thank you. We appreciate
I,
it.
I couldn't find
All right.
the
See
I
you
couldn't find
Friday or
All right,
Sunday.
Charlie.
Bye, Sarah. Bye,
Bye.
bye, Kaiser. What's up, William?
yeah,
What's
I
up?
couldn't find these recorded sessions. It looked like you missed a whole bunch of them.
Bro, I'm not doing so good with the YouTube. I got held up there. What it does is when you host one of these,
Right.
it automatically downloads all these files to your computer when you're done. And I literally like filled up my whole hard drive with Zoom video
After
files.
2 times, right?
So I had to delete a bunch of them. But it's back. The YouTube channel should be back up in action, and I'm gonna make a new upload tonight with this one. I like tonight was good because those questions were different. But I gotta say we got a little off kilter there. I don't know, like if we're doing 501, I don't know if we should be doing any 601 questions.
I don't either. It's just gonna get me confused.
Yeah, I don't think we should do the 6 because.
Well, we didn't know until the very end.
Yeah.
None of us knew that until the very end. I think Corey kind of hijacked the meeting a little bit there. I let him do it because I wanted to see his questions. But
yeah, but it's good. It's good to know. But this is not what we're going for.
We're studying for 501. I thought.
I can't believe it would be so specific, but it does seem like it was different, doesn't it?
Yeah, but the wording too. The wording confused me.
Well, we're sticking to your plan, Safia, too, which is studying how to pass this test, not studying how to learn all this shit per se. We're getting this test passed.
Well, does anybody have questions for Mesner's study guide?
What about Messer?
I was thinking maybe we could use Messer's study guide because.
I mean, I'll tell you, if I just put a little effort together, I mean, I can come up with some more questions for us from a different source, but I don't necessarily think that our questions have been the problem. I mean, I do want to diversify to make sure we're not fucking up and like.
Yeah, we
like,
can diversify 501.
Can't I get access to like because I've paid CompTia $370 for this thing? There's got to be questions I can get.
Yeah.
Directly from them, so I'll try to show up with them next for Thursday.
Oh, did you pay using the voucher?
The what?
Voucher. Is it voucher?
Yeah, I mean, I have they know that I've paid them, so it's like, but at the same time, when I go to sign in at CompTia.com, I can't really like sign in. So it's really strange. It's like they have it's like almost like they have two account databases, one for people who have paid them, and one for people who are signed up. I don't know what the F. But the point is, I'll make a special effort to come Thursday with a different set of good 501 questions, so we don't have that happen again.
Yeah, just ask them.
Not that wasn't helpful, because I think that probably was helpful to see those.
Yeah.
And again, they shouldn't be that different, but they felt different.
Yeah. Where are they from? Are they from AU?
He got those from. He used like if you Google search CompTia Security Plus books, you'll get like 5 books come up. He had one of the books that I don't think.
601.
Well, I guess I didn't notice that one. I didn't notice that part of it, William. But
yeah, I definitely saw it.
You saw it.
He made the mistake in getting 601. I made the mistake in getting 401.
Oh, you got the 401 questions.
I have the 401 questions.
Well, we have access. We've got some resources we can pass around. Unfortunately, I've completely failed with the Slack group as far as being able to get more than 8 people in there. So, or else I would just get you in the Slack group. That's Slack group's about enough.
Slack group.
Oh, okay. So then you should be able to see maybe.
But I can't see the archive stuff. I can't see.
You can't see the archives. Right. Safiath, is there any way you could repaste some of your proprietary information for William?
Oh, what?
Hang on, let's see if I can do it. I might have it right here.
I did. For Professor Mercer, I told him. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I don't think he can see it because I think he joined afterwards.
No, it's in 301 on the main Slack. I did.
It's in the main Slack. I'll check the main Slack then, William.
Okay.
Just keep
Yeah,
just keep
I see.
scrolling up or search Safiatu.
Mhm.
That's one way to do it. If you search Safiatu, and David, I don't know how much time you've got to watch like videos, but if you go into our like main Slack channel and just search Safiatu's name, it should bring up all the posts she's put up there, which are a lot of like shares of good videos
Yeah, and the practice questions too. His practice questions
and practice questions. Yeah.
package everything. I sent it to you, Will. You didn't see it?
Okay.
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah, start going through those, William. I think you'll feel more comfortable with all these. Not that
Yeah,
you're not comfortable yet, but
Oh, I'm not comfortable yet.
yeah, because
I just
I
you were
shared
chiming in. You were chiming in with answers. David was chiming in with answers. I mean, you guys were doing good.
I mean, I feel very confident about the social engineering stuff. But that daggone cryptography, that's where I need
Well,
some.
the key thing to understand, and I'm still not really sure about it myself, but it's that handshake, understanding that the discussion.
Three-way?
Yeah, that's and just getting in your mind like how that thing goes. Like most notably the fact that it starts with the recipient or whatever.
yeah, the handshake is not easy. It's not easy.
You got to learn it for yourself because I still can't like Safiatu's explanation, for example, is still tricky for me to wrap my head around. I've got my own explanation in my own head. You know, it's like I can see the little image in my head that I like reference in my
Right.
memory. That's just how it works. So you got to find some kind of image that makes sense to you and then burn that in your memory for that because I think that's really hard to understand that PKI.
No, it was hard for me too. But I do it constantly. I used to do more than 100 questions a day, but
I
now I
know.
do 100 questions. So
Well,
And
you
see,
had to slow down to let us catch up.
yeah, but I did it constantly, like the handshake or whatever. I keep reading and reading. So I guess that's why.
Well,
But I have
Kaiser and I do those ones on Sunday night with the other people, like the people we had tonight, Corey and Sarah. We do those level up sessions and we dominate. We do cahoots in there a lot, and Kaiser and I usually finish number one, number two. So I think like that's just as a reference point as to where everybody is. We've had the most time to study besides probably you, I guess.
oh yeah, I haven't studied for like maybe 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah,
I
well
have
you could have afforded to take a break. That's how far ahead you were.
ah,
You were way ahead of where we were. Now it's much closer, but I still
well,
don't understand. I believe it or not, I still don't get Radius TACAX LDAP's SAML, the authentication shit. I still don't get it. X509 certificates.
see you later.
yeah, but I thought you wrote it down on your sticky note.
Yeah, I did, and then I took them all down. I started building them back again. I've got my list right there. Up there it says symmetric algorithms, AES, DES, triple DES, RC4.
Hmm.
That might not even be right, RC4.
Yeah.
TKIP, still don't get that.
Uh,
EEP, TEEP, PEEP, still don't get that.
well, TKIP goes with WEP.
Mm-hmm.
That's the weakest. It goes with that.
Yeah, TKIP, WEP, TKIP. Yep, okay.
TKIP. And then the WPA2 goes with ICCP, right?
Mm,
ICCP or CCMP?
well,
CCMP.
yeah, okay, yeah, WPM2 CCMP, yep. But
Yeah.
then there's other
So
ones where there's actually ones where they tack on a hashing algorithm, like it'll be like SHA dash AES or SHA dash RIPEMD or RIPEMD dash AES or something like that. Other way around, AES dash RIPEMD. And those are the ones I don't get either.
yeah,
But
those are hashes. Those are straightforward. They're hashes. It's not complicated. It's not too deep.
mm-hmm. But I'm saying
But
there's encryption methods that bake in a hashing component along with the other component. There's just a lot. Anything that's got a
yeah,
dash in it, I'm like, what the f? If it's got a dash,
no.
the one question that I think that was good tonight that we saw was that TLS stripping or whatever that was that made it from
Breaking up,
HTTPS.
Charlie.
Yeah, you out? What do you say, Will?
Yeah.
I said you were breaking up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I was just saying that one that was totally a 601 question, but that stripping question,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
that was kind of a good one. But again, I don't know if that'll be on our test.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we gotta watch out for. If we start taking the 60, if we start doing 601 questions, we'll get all confused.
Oh, we're gonna screw it up.
Yeah.
Um, the Slack only goes back to February 1st, guys.
Well, shit.
What?
It only goes back to February 1st unless AU decides to upgrade. Then
Oh,
it'll,
Slack.
but February 1st is far back as it goes.
All right. Well, we'll try to repost some stuff in there for you.
All right,
So,
y'all be safe. I gotta go though.
All right, Dave.
I'm blanking out too, guys.
Yep. That's fine. Let's go. I'm just not hanging up because I'm outside smoking a cigarette.
All right. So, Charlie, what are we gonna do tomorrow? I mean,
Well,
Thursday.
well, Thursday I'm gonna try to I mean, worst case is we'll do questions from our usual source. You know, that's our fallback. But I'll try to find the best questions from CompTia that I can, and try to get you know 50 or 100 good questions lined up, and then we'll just talk about that. But then if what I was suggesting we do is also if there's any subjects that are difficult subjects for anybody, we talk about them as a group before we start doing questions. Like if anybody brings up a subject, we'll do that. I mean, I've got a bunch of suggestions. I mean, I'd like to figure out eat peep once and for all.
Mm-hmm. So, when are you trying to take it?
We'll do Thursday at 6 and then Friday at 6 if people are around.
Okay. So, when are you trying to take your exam?
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that what you asked me? I'm gonna try to take it at the very end of the month, and I'm not trying to wait much longer. I'd say I'm about 80%, 85% there of where I need to be, maybe 90 almost.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
you've been at 90. By my estimation, you've been at about 90% for about a month. No, I'm not trying to kiss your ass.
I should. Well, I'm gonna look into it. I'm just gonna take it too. I'll just call and then I'll just see.
Well,
No.
I'm at the stage where you're probably at, which is kind of contradictory to what I said earlier, which is maybe it's now the time to actually learn like what the things are more than just learn what the question terms are.
Mm-hmm.
Like learn how TLS actually works. Maybe that's what I'll try to do at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like figure out like what the hell is actually going on instead of just understanding that that's a hashing algorithm or that's a I don't know. I mean, I don't know what else to do. There's not much else here, you know. There's only it's just it's only one little I can see how it's an entry level cert, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's only so much information. But it's a
Yeah.
lot
So,
it's a
the questions we're doing, the CompTia questions we practicing your questions. It's 1200, right? Is it
I
1200
mean,
or 14?
it's a lot of questions. There's a lot more than are even listed there. Like here.
Okay. Did you do all of it? Did you
Here, let me
do
show you.
all
Let
of it?
me show you if I can. Yeah. All right, see my screen?
Yeah.
So you've got, you know,
Where are you
where
at?
we are. Let me do this. Oops.
Well, you got some 601 questions now too.
No, we shouldn't have. I mean, I wouldn't have clicked on those. Where we left off last time, as you see my entire search history of my life, is here. So we left off at I-11. But
Oh.
I've gone on my own and done them all the way up to. They just keep going. See here, we're at F, G, H, I. I mean, I've gone all the way to like M. They just keep going. They're just not listed here.
Mhm.
Like, watch this. If you go to this, if you go up to here in the bar, and you see J-90,
Mhm.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go dash M dash one. And we'll see. Look at that. There's
Okay.
M dash one. So they just keep going. That's why. And because remember when we were doing it at first, we kept seeing the answers on accident.
Mhm.
The reason why I like these was because they were free, they were infinite, and then they didn't show the answer.
Yep.
So that's the only reason I landed on CompTia.com.
Mhm.
So we can grab questions from anywhere.
Yeah,
So
but this is good. This is a good
as we sit here and we're in the home stretch, say I'm taking it here on the 1st. So that's 1, 2, 3 weeks plus 2. So that'll be
Oh, you,
that'll be like 7 or 8 different more sessions of this. So if we focus our last 8 sessions on the best questions possible, I think we'll be in good shape.
okay, so you taking it on the first or Kaiser?
Yeah, I think April 1st is the date. I'm kind of just pairing it up with Kaiser because we're at the same study level, I think. I
Mhm.
think we're at the same, and I think we're probably pretty close to where you are. So I would suggest you take it around the same time, and then that'll leave us with 7 or 8 good study sessions left, and you won't have to attend every single one. Let's count them.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, or shit, I didn't count right. Thursday, 2 is Sunday, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 10 more sessions.
Okay, so we left
So
with like 3 weeks.
yeah, like 3 weeks plus. If we push it back to Monday the 5th, then we can get a session in on the 4th and a session in on the 2nd and 1st. But there comes a point where I don't know if you need it anymore. If you take where we're at right now plus 8 more sessions, plus our own studying on the side with Professor Messer and all the rest, don't you think we'll be ready to take it by then?
Yeah, we should
Uh,
be ready within 3 weeks. Yeah.
If we're at 85 to 90% level right now, I mean, let's forget about that.
Oh yeah. Well, on the first it will be fun.
Yeah. We're all gonna pass it. I know you're gonna pass it. I know I'm gonna pass it. I know Kaiser's gonna pass it. I worry about everyone else. I don't know about everyone else. Mahmoud maybe is he's pretty close. He's a little bit behind where we are.
So Mahmoud.
Mahmoud's a little tiny bit behind maybe. He's just behind the pace. And then guys
Oh,
like Aiden and William and Robert are a little bit behind that, I would say.
okay.
So I'll probably continue doing these a little bit until April just to help out the other people.
Yeah. Do
Having
you know?
already, especially having already taken it, so I can tell them what taking it is like.
Okay. So how many questions do you practice a day?
Me, about, I'd say maybe 50, not as much as you.
Oh.
I don't do 50 a day. I'll do 100 like every other day.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not bad.
I kind of do. I do security plus days, and then I do class days. Like tomorrow's a class day. I'll do Python all day.
Mhm. So how do you study like the Python? How do you study? Do you put the study? I mean the what do you call it? The PowerPoint and keep reading them. How do you do it? Because that's what I do. I put it and read it.
I read the textbook first, and then I go to the PowerPoints, which are just the textbook again, restated. It's like they took the textbook and copied it and pasted it into the PowerPoints.
Uh-huh.
So then I go through the PowerPoints after I've read the textbooks, and I do the labs in order. So I'll literally just stop when the first lab hits, and I'll just do the lab, and then continue the reading, stop, do the lab. So I just go through it like that on a study day. So when I show up to class, I've read everything twice, and I've done every lab. That's the
Okay.
idea. Now I slipped this last class.
Because I already read it already.
Yeah,
I read,
that's
I read the lectures before.
yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah.
The last class or the 2 classes ago when we had that stupid third party book, the Bible thing,
Oh no, it's
I
crazy.
read that entire book cover to cover before Christmas. I had that
Hmm.
thing read before
But then,
Christmas.
but then you do well on the exam, right? When you do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
listen, I got a link for you to check out. Check this link out right here. I can stop sharing. What am I doing? See what I got, or see what I had on my screen. Here it is, right here. Check, and
Oh,
this
thank
this is
you for Python.
yeah for Python. This is for Python. Do you see this thing?
Okay. Well, let me copy it with my phone. Hold on.
I just got that from class yesterday.
Oh, thank you. Oh, from that guy, right?
Yep.
Oh, okay. But Charlie, you don't know somebody who's gonna kind of help us with pen testing? Because these professors, they can teach us pen testing, and we can get a job or what?
Well, here's my thoughts on pen testing. I don't think they're going to be able to teach us enough to know enough to get hired for it right off the rip.
Oh no, I'm not talking about class. Like somebody that can tutor us. There was a
Yeah.
guy. There was a guy who said, he can teach us. He can teach me, like, get perfect with pen testing and get a good, like, six-figure pay. But he's gonna charge me. He's gonna charge me, like, is it 3,000 or how many? I forgot.
Well, here's the thing you got to think of, Safiatu. Like, if you're going to do that, and I think those probably are good. I think they probably will teach you a shitload. But like, you've got to be able to
Oh no,
prove to somebody on the other end that
I'm
you've.
not. I'm not gonna do it.
But listen to what I'm saying. You've got to prove to somebody that you know that stuff. So you still have to take Pen Test Plus, or you still have to take a cert at some point.
Oh.
I mean, there are certs for that stuff. Pen Test Plus, certified ethical hacker. That's the first one. I think if you're gonna do what I'm doing and try to become a pen tester, the next one for us is CEH. I think if
CH. What's that?
CompTia CEH, check it out. I'll put a link in here.
Okay.
CompTia certified ethical hacker is this is what Sushant told me to do.
Oh.
Remember him?
Okay. Yeah, I remember too.
He was really weird. He like offered to help me figure out my cert path, and then I sent him a message, and he finally got back to me, and he just said, "Do this: Network Plus, Security Plus, Certified Ethical Hacker." This is the Wikipedia page for it, but it's it's a CompTIA cert. It's a mid-level cert. It's probably the next one I'll take after, depending on if I take the Network Plus or not. Kaiser thinks that we can take Network Plus and pass it pretty easy, and perhaps take that Cisco one and pass it pretty easy.
Oh.
Hi, baby. Come on in. Hi. How are you?
Yeah. Eventually, I guess I'm gonna take networking, but not now. I just want to
Well,
get the green plus.
I think when you do it, I think it'll be a whole lot easier now that you've done all this Security Plus stuff.
Yeah.
I think they'll help out with one another for sure.
Mm, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna call it a night.
All right, Charlie. Good night. Okay.
Great to have you in the group again tonight, Safiatu. I've been missing you.
I know. Yeah. So, oh yeah, Charlie. But try to ask the professor to give us the what do you call it? Study guide, like by next week. Just mention it to him.
For what?
For the Python. Python.
Yeah.
The last time he didn't give it to us, and you have to study like crazy. So
Yeah. Did you
like
see?
next week.
Did you see what he said about the Python though? He said you can take a bunch of like little courses and get a little stamp for your LinkedIn or for your resume that says Python certified.
No, he didn't. I didn't hear that.
Yeah, it's just like instead of like getting a whole cert just for Python or for Linux or something like that, just take like a Udemy or maybe not a Udemy, maybe a more legitimate, but take one of those that says you know a little bit about Python or know a little bit about Linux, and that'll make it look better, your
Okay.
resume.
Oh.
And then as we finish up these classes, I don't think anybody is thinking about how we need to work as a group to try to help network each other. Like we've got to help get our LinkedIn. It's really helpful to get everybody to recommend you as a cybersecurity expert. So I figure we need to get together as a group and do all that and like exchange LinkedIn's and get everybody recommending everybody else. So we can get that. We got a lot to do. There's a lot to do.
No, we have a lot. I'm not done with my resume with Amy yet.
No, I'm not even
She
close.
did, yeah, I did, but then she said, just send it to her. I sent it to her. I know it's not perfect, but she's gonna do like 95% for you. It's already
Well,
done.
just remember though, she's a good resource, but I don't know if she knows anything about cyber. I think Lena knows some about cyber, but I don't, just keep in mind, I don't think these people are experts in the cybersecurity job market,
No, they're not. They're not.
which sucks, but that's the truth
I'm,
of it.
I'm just trying to get my resume. I'm just trying to get my
Yeah.
resume out of the way. Yeah, that's it. So that's why I
Safiatu,
want Amy.
look at this. I just saw this. Look what, you know what the certified ethical hacker costs to take?
No. Yeah.
$1,200.
Oh yeah, I know it. Yeah, the pen testing, right?
Yeah, the one below that even. So okay, so that's an upper level cert.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's 1,200.
1,200. So that should tell you like based on the cost of it, like where it is compared to this one. 370 versus 1,200. It's like a, you know,
Exactly.
yeah. So
But
I
I
don't
want to
know.
do
We're,
that.
we're doing
I do
well. We're
want.
gonna get through this, and this will be a
Okay.
bump in history.
Yep.
All right,
Okay.
my friend.
All right. Good night.
Good night. Good to see you. Bye for now.
Bye bye.
See you tomorrow.